Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to our Season 2 premiere of Plan C, the pirate-themed Dungeons & Dragons adventure held by Tabletop Gaming Center. My name is Chris Boyd. I'm going to be your dungeon master for this. And here is our amazing crew.
Hi, I'm Kyle, he, him pronouns. I play Tingus Pingus, also he, him pronouns. Hopefully this isn't your first time hearing about Tingus Pingus because you watched Season 1. Or maybe you watched our other side adventure that Maeve was also in called Fight with Spirit, where you get some sweet Tingus Pingus back lore. It's good stuff. You should go watch it. And just remember, if you need a snack, have bananas because monkeys don't cramps.
Was that?
No.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Heather, she, they pronouns. I play Kithara Faust, who is also the same pronouns. I just want to say hi to my Friday crew. Daddy loves you.
Was not expecting the daddy, sorry.
Sorry, that's what they call me.
Hi, I'm Maeve. I play Riven. My pronouns are she, they. Riven's pronouns are she, her. And a fun little fact that there are actual volcano sharks. They have evolved to live in over 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 200 degrees Celsius, but scientists do not know why they evolved this way, but they do live around volcanoes. Pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Hi, my name is Cameron, pronouns he, him. I play Uldren, pronouns also he, him. And did you know that apparently rats can fall from up to 50 feet unharmed?
So cool.
Because of the wings.
It's because of the wings.
Because of the wings.
So, before we jump right in, to rapid recap. Last season, our party toppled a pirate queen, unionized the zombie workforce, slayed a rubber ducky and sharks with cannon arms, as well as gotten intertwined in a grieving woman's quest for resurrection and revenge. All while they hunt down an ancient godly artifact and sometimes learn social skills.
That last one is very infrequent. Very infrequent on the last one.
If you want to learn more about last season, go ahead and watch the recap, which also includes some behind-the-scene notes and the cast breakdown on our YouTube channel, or binge the whole season. But
Or
now,
both. You should do both.
You should do both.
Both is good.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Por qué no los dos?
Last we were with our party, though. They were having a refreshing drink from a bowl they found in an old abandoned temple.
When you put it like that.
River water.
It was
they
more
had,
of a
they had
Gatorade
water
moment.
from the creek.
Do as we say, not as we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To which they all collectively heard a voice in their heads go, "Hello?" And while thoughts are swirling, it is actually Uldren who is the first to respond, and you all collectively hear in your heads, yes, WTF indeed.
I know what that means.
Drinking from this vessel allows you to ask a question of me. In fairness to others, this will be limited to once per week.
That would have been a clarifying question. Later,
Who are you?
oh God.
There is no response.
Damn it.
Does that count?
There is no response.
No! Riven, we were supposed to discuss the question.
Well, I mean, hold on. Maybe mine wasn't the first question.
Oh, yeah,
maybe it was Uldren.
Uldren,
Okay,
this
so don't
is
go
just-
blaming me. I didn't do
Well,
anything wrong. We all want to know who this thing is.
That's true.
I would say, mentally, because you don't get to hear each other's thoughts, Uldren would be aware that the cadence of the conversation was WTF, and the voice going, WTF indeed.
Oh, so that was our
That was
question.
my
However,
Love it.
no one else has that full collective
Right.
experience.
Right.
That was just the words that you all
right.
heard in your head.
We need to create a list for a rotation of who gets to ask questions Uldren goes last because he got the first question.
That is not a question.
You got the first question.
Apparently
alright.
it
No
was a
one else
question.
had the experience of knowing
That it was,
Yeah.
where
So
the
you
question
don't actually
came
know that
from.
it came from
Oh,
me.
true.
That's
so
why I
you don't
believe
know
it's
that.
Riven.
Yeah, so you think
Okay.
it's Riven.
All right. Well,
But he
do
didn't
I?
answer.
No, I don't think so.
Why would you think it was me, though? You have no reason to suspect me. I didn't say anything.
I have no reason to suspect you, Wings.
What does this have to do with anything?
Oh, there's things afoot. I'm making connections.
Anyways,
Aloft, maybe.
Wings derogatory.
But I don't think. Okay. I don't think I should be in trouble. All right, because it didn't answer. So maybe we can't ask that question.
yet.
Did anyone else ask it a question?
No.
No.
I think that it considered what I thought a question.
What'd you think?
What the fuck?
Yep, that's
Yep.
technically a
That would
question.
explain everything.
So it's not my fault. It's not my fault this time.
Okay.
I didn't say it was your fault.
Kit Kat did.
Okay, so it doesn't matter the order in which people drink from the bowl. It's just once the bowl is
the
drunk
first
from
question.
the first question.
Okay.
Because I was not the first person to drink from the bowl, so
Correct.
that doesn't matter. It's just
Whoever thinks or says the first is probably thinking.
First come, first served.
okay. So we need a list, as you said. of
Yeah. It's
questions.
literally should just be one person at a time.
I think Kit Kat's good at lists.
That's my job.
Well, not
Lists.
technically not anymore, but
I think it still falls under my job.
so then does it fall
I think
under?
it's just her
all of our
particular
jobs?
set of skills.
Yes.
Oh, God.
So questions will come to me, and we will list them, and we'll
Vote on
order.
them?
Yeah, we'll pick. a
I
few.
think the first question should be, who is this?
Well, yes, that.
Well, then-
I do think that's a pretty solid starting.
solid
Thank you.
I didn't say it was a bad question.
Is there a way that we can word it such that we get more than a one-word answer?
Oh.
Just who is this invites a one-word answer.
What being or
What being are you?
No.
No.
What can you tell us of yourself?
Ooh, this is why we keep him around.
good questions? Lots of thinking, not a lot of talking. A lot of
You did a
time
good job.
to ponder.
What is that?
A high five?
Slap,
What is that?
slap her hand.
Like
Do
this.
the same thing.
Like this.
Why would I do this?
Just do it.
It's a sign of appreciation and camaraderie.
Do it.
Do it.
Yay!
That's
Is
it.
that
You
it?
just, no,
Yes,
yep.
you did
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
It's a sign of
it's
recognition,
like clapping.
but with different hands.
Yeah.
So you...
You clap with your friend.
Gosh, okay.
It's a sign of
really
respect.
Much rejoicing and camaraderie.
Yay! High fives.
I wish I had tiny flags.
We have tiny versions of our pirate flag. Yay! We need to settle on a design. I might
so
make
tiny.
those.
version.
We do need to.
Anyways,
Now,
there was much rejoicing.
there was much rejoicing. You head back to the monastery, and after the fight, technically, you also didn't really get all of your questions answered that you came here for. You decide to spend a small bit of time at the monastery for a little while. There was some continuation of the workout routine.
Oh yeah. I gotta stay in shape. Gotta keep the crew in shape also.
There was some
times now.
information searching in the library, from the library. We'll actually pause for a moment in said library. We're looking through. I'll instead of putting the words in your mouths, you are in the library looking for different things you can describe.
Sure, yeah. I think at this point in time, with a eclectic library, I would say, of
Yep.
books that are not necessarily readily available other places, it would be a good time for me, Tingus, to find some more information about my patron. So I'm probably trying to do that, and then maybe also, some light musical research. Very, very light. That's just
The Spring Musicale.
something like that.
There's a High School Musical reference.
Uh,
Sorry.
If you have to explain it, it's a great
Yeah, it's
reference.
all right. It's all
Jokes are
right.
always funnier when you have to explain them. That's
Drop it in the
Know
chat
what
if you
that
got
movie
it.
is.
rolling this together, guys. Anyways,
Thank you.
Cathara is looking for things that might help them, whether it is good information or not, regarding things she's found in the journal, the gods, the things like that. And you definitely can tell, like, she gets really fed up trying to figure out their organizational system, that she does definitely start
organizational
pulling
system?
pulling books out and going, okay, this is about this, and setting it down somewhere in a pile with a theme, and then she starts putting them back in order, and she probably finds one of the monks to be like, who's good at carpentry? Make me a sign that says this. Great.
Tingus would see this and just start laughing. Just roll with it, man. Just what are you doing?
I'm trying to make it more efficient here.
Okay, but that's not what this is about. It's about the experience of finding your way.
Right, I'm doing that, and then for future
No.
information, then we can just find it easier.
But that's half the fun of it, is digging through all the books.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, but you're gonna ruin it for everybody else.
I think I'm enhancing the experience for everyone else.
I think you're enhancing the experience for you because you don't know how to let go.
I think Uldren was in the library and seeing this chooses to spend his time somewhere else in the monastery.
What am I supposed to let go of?
Control?
What?
This isn't your library.
Okay.
Dead people issues.
Christ.
Uldren's not there.
Dead issues.
Okay, peanut gallery.
This is why we have a Discord channel.
This season, we're the fun side.
That's a high five.
Yeah, this is not your library. You don't have to make it organized.
Okay, but it's gonna help them. They're all about volunteering and helping each other. This is my way of
Right,
helping.
but they're also about going on journeys and experiences. Finding the books, or maybe finding a book that you didn't know you were looking for, is part of the experience.
Okay, then they can mess up the shelves when we leave. For now, it's giving me something to do.
I mean, is your research not giving you something to do?
I mean, yes, it's giving me something to do, but also it stops me from thinking about other things.
I mean, sure, I guess, but isn't doing your research also stopping you from thinking about other things?
It's constant. It's a constant work. I don't need time to sit and relax.
This isn't supposed to be relaxing. You're doing research.
But that is kind of sort of relaxing to me.
That's weird. How is that
And this
relaxing?
is why I graduated college with high marks.
Wow, rude. I got drafted into the league, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Good for you. Bravo. If you're going to sass me, I'm sassing you right back.
Okay. Okay.
Uh-huh.
What is it you're looking for?
I don't know. Things involving Ul'Dreyin and the Orichalcum weapons and things. Magic and gods. It's got to be all connected somehow.
I mean, likely, yeah.
And she goes back to pulling books and looking at them and going, right, this goes here.
And as some time
I'm just going to
passes,
take a book and just move it off to the wrong pile on purpose.
She just scowls at you.
While reorganizing and researching, you do find a book on what seems to at first be a book on training regiments, where it might have been overlooked. But on a more thorough examination, it is about magical weapons, old magical weapons, specifically Orichalcum weapons and their techniques.
Who finds it first?
That's a great question.
Do we do rollies? You want to roll?
You want to roll for it?
You want to roll?
You can't. In my head, it was going to be more of a situation of Cathara might see it and think it's about working out.
You find it first.
Woo! And Tingis discovers that it is, in fact, about much more than workout routines.
Put it in the training section. Tingus, you'll like the training books.
I look. Hey, did you read this?
I read the title and...
Oh, so you judged a book by its cover? You know, the thing that we're always told not to do?
That's for people, not actual books.
No, it's... Here, look at this. And I will show it to you, and it's like, see, it's about magical weapons.
Okay, that's training.
It is, but it's also like, you know...
What we're looking for.
Yes.
Right. Who's it by?
Who is it by?
I know nothing.
It's inside of the Mamba mind. Got the title?
Ah.
Inside the Mamba mind.
I don't know.
Is
Mitch
that a
album.
snake? Is
Mitch
a Mamba-
album.
It's a sports book.
Sports.
Gosh,
Like,
sorry.
the Mamba, is that a dance or is that the snake?
Neither.
Okay. Oh,
Neither. This is
need to
very
be-
important to me now.
Why?
There are so many amendments to the Constitution.
What constitution? We have a constitution?
In Latvia, there's one. I'd take the 5th.
You don't get to plead the 5th here.
Oh, but you know what that is, but you don't know what the Constitution is? I see how it is.
You've talked about this 5th before, and I know it's about silence. Why do you want this book? You're not interested in... I mean, yes, the weapon bits is important, but I feel like it's something involving this Mamba.
Maybe.
Does this have to do with your thing and your basketball?
No.
So it does. Okay. And she's gonna, like, look at you and, like, get this wild grin. Is that your patron?
I'm not allowed to say that.
I guess you didn't say it. You can just nod.
He'll know. To be fair, I didn't say it. Like, you connected all the dots, so, like...
You don't have to answer, just... By my question alone...
the 5th.
So, okay, it's our secret. I won't tell anyone about the Mamba.
Okay, good.
That's
Again,
real.
he's... Like, look at how this is written, though. Like, do you understand why I'm so confused by him?
Right, it's similar things that you say. There's like motivational things.
They it just comes.
All right, well you hold on
Yeah.
to that one. We'll borrow that one.
I don't think they'll notice if it's missing.
That's true. And she like gestures.
Exactly.
At the piles.
This is also why I'm telling you not to organize it, because then they'll know what's here.
Or will they?
To a degree, I guess. I don't know.
Exactly. Anyways, you hold on to that one, and I'm gonna go back to my.
Yes, I'm going to go read. I
Make it
suppose.
sound like a bad thing.
I mean, I guess it's not. It probably has to do with basketball. It's
You want to understand him more? Read the book.
fine.
Suddenly, Mamba.
For
number
just
5 starts playing.
some brief in-game summary, the book does contain exercise regimens, martial arts techniques, techniques for Orichalcum weapons, which has a brief description on the technical level, how it is a bronze-like alloy, copper-based, forged with dragon fire, by a people. The book just says by the Nik'Balam,
I know them.
And illustrates how, while they can use these weapons to great effect as much as they would like, outsiders can use special techniques but tire themselves out. So you have to be a little careful about how much you use them.
Okay. And there's a lot of different weapons.
There are
And
lots of different weapons.
So in the actual, so the mechanical part, you have all that information. In the actual book itself, it is much more diagram, how to, steps, what, and actually
this.
teaching the techniques
Neat.
behind them on the player level. You mechanically know what's going on.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Good stuff.
Uldren, you said you were relocating. Why were you in the library,
Hey,
and where
little
did you run
screwy
off
scribble
to?
guy.
Yeah, I think he naturally went to the library because he wanted to study the book that he was given last time. I can't think of the name of it. Finding Feywild. Last time. And then with all of that, he decided to just find somewhere quiet in the monastery to relocate to. He would have asked for either a blank book or some material that he could like bind something out of or try to at least, and he's painstakingly, very, very slowly copying the entire book and annotating it as he goes. And it's taking him...
Like word for word?
Yes. Yeah, he's copying it word for word, and he's annotating it, so it's... He's sort of like scrunched it, so there's like margins, kind of like you would if you were taking like notes from a textbook. And he's taking note of things that are of interest to him and also things that maybe don't necessarily match up with what he would expect to find.
Is Uldren annotating corrections or just highlighting the things that are wrong? Like if someone else found this book, what would they find?
The one that he's making. So he's annotating it exactly as it is, and then has lines off to the side with his thoughts,
Which are saying what?
which are saying either like doesn't make sense or would have actually been this or did I not know something?
So, okay, so some of them are actually corrections if you know them.
If he would know them. Yeah.
Excellent.
He's mostly interested in anything that would have to do with his annual pilgrimage, if he can find anything to that effect.
There is a description, but as you're kind of, as we talked about, there are inaccuracies, and this definitely does contain it. It is a lot less specific about, let's say, the materials needed. Instead, favoring more, like it illustrates it as a sprig of a live tree at least 100 years old, right? As being a material component for what you're talking about, which you know to be false.
Okay.
However, there are some accuracies. It also illustrates that different materials are needed or optional, except for the twig is the same way it describes it. On certain rings of mushrooms that can be found around the world.
Like using those instead?
Like
Or using those as a substitute for certain components?
like those are alternative. So yes, also that they are alternative destinations.
Oh, like waypoints.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
So whereas you know the ritual as a very one-way journey, this describes these mushroom rings as a two-way journey.
Okay. Awesome.
Riven,
Hi.
how are you spending some of your time off?
So I think Riven was probably told by everyone that like we need to research and like went to the library and was like, this is boring. Like, this is not fun. I'm not doing this. She probably like pretended and like just drew in like the margins of some things and like ended up going away. She probably like watched a bunch of like them like doing research, but like nothing obviously entertaining was happening. She did not watch that whole thing because she left way before when you started organizing. She was like, nah, I'm out of here. She's going to try to tell me something to do. And so she would go and kind of just like watch the monks and kind of like go in the garden and like help them garden and kind of be out in nature. But she's so incredibly antsy to get back on the ocean. Like she just wants to leave already. She's kind of also keeping a little bit of a distance from Uldren in a way that's like she's nervous to be around him because of what happened with Saja.
Speaking of which, anything with Saja?
Yes, I should have mentioned that. Uldren, right after the fight, would have found somewhere. Well, sorry, right after they got back from the communal Gatorade Bowl, would have found. He would have found somewhere as private as possible, or even if he could have, found somewhere away from the monastery on the island and resummoned Saja. And he's also. You haven't seen Uldren a lot, enough to avoid him. You two, though, would have noticed that, like, if he is heading in the same direction that Riven is, he seems to be peeling off.
Like,
Yeah.
cool.
So he's
No
also,
changes
he's
at
also
all?
avoiding Riven.
That's healthy.
Yeah.
Again,
That.
do as we say, not as we do.
Meanwhile, the two of you are yelling at each other. Like, oh, look at them two. Just avoiding each
They should
other.
go to therapy, and we're like, actually,
And another thing.
another thing.
We talk about our problems, okay?
Shout
Talking
out
is,
your
I was about to say,
problems.
talking is
Communication is
a
key.
very...
Listen,
The key is not volume.
It's quantity.
hey, we're adults. We'll hash this out in person.
Now, was there anything anyone was looking to ask the monks about?
I
Talk
think-
to Tybalt about?
I was about to say Riven was like when she would garden with them and just kind of like ask them like about their day-to-day lives and just kind of like how they like live out here and why do they live out here and stuff like that.
The why is definitely very personal and varies wildly between everybody. The day-to-day, you are kind of looking at it. We all have our own hobbies in addition to making sure we eat and rest and learn.
I think that Riven kind of like watches all of the monks, and does she notice that like certain monks are like more reclusive or like go do specific things that are not of the normal daily life?
Yeah, I think because you're here for a few days, you'll start to notice that while everyone pitches in to the chores, some enjoy certain tasks more than others. Some people enjoy working in the garden for extra hours. Some people enjoy cooking more than others. Some people do enjoy, like, as there are piles just like on the library at the end of the day, in the morning they are back on shelves.
I will say, if anything, Cathara does sleep. She'll find an alcove, and she's absolutely sleeping in there, so that as soon as if she does wake up, she's going back to organizing her stuff.
Oh my god.
They could try to put these books away.
Can I try and put those books away?
There are people who work
No, Chris, that was a real question. Can I try and put those books away?
Just randomly?
Yeah.
Sneaking in the
yeah.
night.
What do you want me to do?
When are you doing this? And
When
what
Cathara's
is the
definitely
goal?
asleep.
Okay, so you're trying to stealthily
Yeah.
put books away.
Yeah, specifically ones that she was like trying to organize.
Okay. You can roll a stealth check.
I curse your dice.
Curse.
Curse.
Curse. Cursed. Ah! Our curse worked. Yes.
I did not.
So-
It was a crit fail.
Cathara will wake
So
up.
I knock over the books.
You see, there is a monk who's like doing book putting away, but you also see
An ear twitch.
rapidly just shoving books,
Some of them fall out. There's a
trying
ear
to
twitch.
take an entire pile, and it won't fit in the gap on the shelf.
Her ear twitches, and then she turns and looks. Put the books back. I swear to God.
I'm trying to put them back.
Not in the pile.
Okay.
And
I
she'll-
enjoy our little games.
Little games of the go. All right.
It's frustrating me.
There are also monks who enjoy their different hobbies. Some have taken up woodworking, some work. Two have a pot still out back. Tibble will be working on, is set up in a workshop temporarily to work on some things.
Okay.
So
but no
it's-
like suspicious like behavior of like going to places that are not. Why are you pointing at?
Most of the monks like stay on property, so to speak, though there are some like journeys into town.
Okay.
No one, no.
Okay. Cool. She's just making sure. Did you want to ask the monk something?
It's not that I want to ask the monk something. I'm trying to figure out if Cathara would try to have an aside with Riven while we were here, or if she's going to wait to get back on the boat.
Do it.
Okay. Amidst the book organization, I think as much as she can, she just knows potentially it's probably a failing thing. You know what? It's gonna happen. She knows where Tingis is. She knows Dren is absolutely just going off somewhere on his own. But I think she'll notice, because she likes to keep track of where everybody is. It's the control. I think she'll notice that like Riven is taking time out, like within nature and things. And I think during one of those moments, Cathara will kind of like meet you out in the garden and just be like, Riven?
She's like hands full of dirt, like putting the beads in. What?
You having fun in the dirt?
I mean, what? What do you want?
Okay. No time for small talk. I just wanted to see if you were enjoying yourself.
I mean, I like nature and this is fun. I'm a little bored, so it's something to do.
I was wondering, the whole nature thing, you're a little bit more connected to the sea and you're kind of not sure how your magic manifests.
Well, yeah, kinda. Yeah.
Have you talked to the various monks here about kind of their magic?
But they don't have like control of like the water and stuff.
It's a different kind of magic. Yours is specialized more so to the sea, but I still think there's maybe a little bit of an overlap.
Yeah, I guess.
And
What do I even ask them?
well, you could ask them how they connect to the land or their nature of choice, and how do they tap into the magic that connects all things. You know, Ul'Dreyin is about balance, life, death,
Yeah.
things, and they're big on that here. Maybe they have some insight on how to tap into your magic in the sense that how do you tap into it into nature?
I mean, I kind of asked a little bit, and they were very talkative about like Olodumare and like balance, but like they were just kind of. I guess I could like ask a little bit more. I don't.
And with that, kind of playing on, you know.
Is there another monk here?
Is there someone?
You just want the closest monk?
the closest. Who's
Hold.
nearby? Yoink.
I'll tell you what die to roll in a second.
Hey, you with the face.
Oh,
Hey, you digging in the dirt with the beats.
D12.
D12.
House boy band in the world.
4.
Avel.
Avel?
Halfling female.
Oh, halfling. Okay. She's gonna turn and speak in halfling. So
You know what?
she's gonna turn to Avel and say, "Hey, Avel, how do you like connect with nature? Are you like druidic?" I know like some of you guys are.
That's true. Yeah. Chazra's the most druidic.
Chazra?
Chazra?
Chazra. Who's that one?
You've talked to Chazra.
They
That's
all
the only thing Kithara gets out of is the name.
It's just Chazra.
You've met
in
Chazra.
halfling.
Oh, which one?
Avel describes a
right.
middle-aged woman catkin.
Oh, right, the other catkin. Okay,
Three of them.
I know there's 3.
Technically 4 if we
Two-
count Kettle.
5 with.
Yeah, 5 with me. Kithara's like rude.
And you said that they're more like connected with nature,
The most.
the most, but you do as well, or you're not.
I find peace in it, and it's how I enjoy like living my life. I'm not magically in tune with nature.
Oh, I thought like all of you guys got that magic going.
Oh, I do spells and things. but
Oh.
it's more
Cool. What kind of spells do you do?
healing, magic,
Oh, okay.
light,
All right.
life.
That's cool. If I ever need healing, come to you. I asked them. They don't really know. They said, wait, what was the name?
Chazra?
Chazra. Chazra might know.
What did they say they have any sort of?
Oh, I think they're like a healer like Tybalt.
And I think Kithara kind of like has this moment of,
Ava will look up if you
She
say
speaks
a
common.
healer like Tybalt.
Yeah.
Just goes back to gardening.
okay, so that's another thing I was thinking of. We know that Tybalt can't always say he gets stuck somewhere and we're all hurting. I have the ability in some way to steel myself enough, but we don't truly have anyone here so far that can bolster us like Tybalt can. And if Tybalt's not around or he arrives late, and what if we're all dead?
Are you trying to convince me to learn about healing?
I think it's a good part of nature that maybe you should ask about that portion. Maybe it's something that you're able to do.
I only signed up to be a surgeon because that was the only
But
spot
that's
left.
healing too, and it could really bolster your job on the boat.
I thought my new job was to look out on the thing with the animals.
That too. What if an animal needs healing? What if one of the sea creatures needs healing? What are you gonna do
I
then?
have some healing. I just don't have like a lot.
But do you know how to tap into it?
A little bit. I mean, I know when like crunch time, but
What if it's not crunch time?
I don't know. You're asking a lot of questions. I don't know.
Just think about it.
Okay,
Maybe talk to, you know,
Chazra.
Chazra if you want to do more of the nature, but she probably understands the healing. Talk to Tybalt. About how to
Tybalt.
tap into that.
Maybe.
I think they'd both be open to having a talk about that.
Yeah.
The whole thing with our culture is we don't like to hold on to
When are we
knowledge.
leaving this island?
I don't know, in a few days.
Okay. I guess since we have a few days, I'll talk to him.
You don't have to. You could wait till we get on the boat and then
It
talk to
feels
Kibble.
like I have to. It feels like you're telling me that I have
want
to
you
do these
think
things.
about it. I said you could think about it. It might, I don't know, help you understand your magic better. So
That's
potentially
true. To get better at my magic.
panicking and hoping something.
Sticks.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's smart. All right, I'll try to find Chazra.
No rush,
Like,
but before
it
we
has
leave.
dirt all over her. And it's like, it's like, I guess I'll go find now. I'll go find Chazra.
Yeah. You have a look around the monastery. So right now, on a side room in the lodging building, not the chapel library building, there are 3 people in a side room. Tybalt, Chazra, and an older gentleman seems to be mixing some sort of apothecary ingredients. Tybalt is at a workbench, and Chazra's in a chair reading.
Okay. She's not gonna like announce herself. She's just kind of go behind Tybalt and just kind of like see what he's doing. What you doing?
You see that he is fixing a attachment. You've seen several of these in the past for his prosthetic area where he interchanges out. That's actually how he also clips in his sword. Looks like a basket hilt sword, but that's mostly to clip into said prosthetic.
Oh, that's cool.
This one is a fishing rod.
Oh, you're gonna go fishing?
Yes.
What are you gonna catch? Wait, do you eat them?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Depends.
What are you catching?
I have to catch it first.
I know, but like,
Sometimes
what
it's
would
about
you
the
keep?
experience. What?
What would you keep versus
Something
like
that
throwback?
was, big enough.
Oh, like a tuna. They're like huge.
Very.
That's a
Yes,
lot
we
of meat.
Probably.
Oh, cool. That's fun. Is this your friend Chazra?
This is.
Hi, Chazra. I think we met like once or twice.
Oh, hello. Yes.
So
Yes.
Kit Kat told me that I should talk to you about druid magic. Do you have that?
Interesting. What would you like to talk about?
What did she say? Oh, she said that I should talk to you so that I can kind of learn where druidic magic comes from because I'm not quite sure.
But what do you want?
I mean, I want to be better at magic and like
Okay.
be able to like connect better with nature.
Well, magic of all kinds is interwoven around us. It is in absolutely everything that you can and can't see. And you cast spells?
Yeah.
You're familiar with this?
Mm-hmm.
The energy you feel when you channel it into a new thing, a new effect, that energy you're taking from all around you.
Right. Because I, dwell more in the ocean, it's more driven from the ocean. Like, where do you drive from the ground?
No, also the ocean.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's cool.
Water in general.
That's really cool.
Really, I guess, more accurately, weather patterns in general.
Weather patterns, like storms. I've done like thunder stuff and like a couple lightning bolts.
Yes, just like that.
So do you
Very
like
cool.
use it a lot?
A lot? No, not anymore. Not really here, but if I had to.
What would you, when did you have to?
To defend myself, to right a wrong, to
To the classics.
Right.
Okay. Well, I would like to know a little more about like how to dive into more of like the water stuff. I just only know that like things that when they come out of me, like when I really need something to happen, then it happens. I'll like say things and it'll just, but I just kind of like wish I knew more about like where it comes from.
I don't want you. Do you have a few moments?
Yeah.
We're gonna take a walk.
Okay.
Chazra will. Tibble will nod on your way out, and Chazra will head towards the woods, away from town and the monastery. I don't know who, if anyone, would see this happening.
You'd be in the libraries. Would you?
Well, it depends on what time of day it is.
Yeah, what time of day and how many
Well, I was outside gardening, so I'm guessing it's in the middle of the day.
Yeah, I'm gonna say not quite dinner time.
I was gonna say, I think after you left, Cathara's still outside because I think she's gonna use this time to train a little bit.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think there's a shot that I'm outside working out instead.
I've been in the library too long. I must not fight it.
I'm checking.
It's already out there.
In the shadows.
Menacingly.
I was thinking 15 or higher, I'd be outside, and I rolled a 15.
There you
So-
go. We're all outside.
Touching grass.
So, does anyone try to approach this Kakin you are semi-familiar with? You have met Chazra and Riven walking away from the monastery
I know
towards the woods.
Cathara's not, because this is kind of playing off of kind of what she's been like, maybe you just go talk to him, and maybe this is kind of what it's about. So she kind of stays focused on, sword techniques and occasionally finding a way to set up targets and shoot.
Can I make an insight check if I like the vibe?
I don't know what you're gonna get from a huge distance.
That's so fair.
Like cursory glance, like it's not like, well, from a distance you can't see like someone being pulled
The kind of
along or
indications
forced.
that I
Like
would
they're
normally
just
look for.
walking.
Yeah,
If
Cathara
it
just
makes
sees
any
and
difference,
nods.
Riven
Just
is
like-
for sure has her hands behind her back, and she's kind of swaying like she normally would be walking.
I think I'd just make a note of it and let it go.
Do what you think is right.
I think
Avoid Riven or follow Riven.
In the shadows. Like Batman. You mean Batman?
I'm not gonna interfere, but I think I might follow at a distance if I can, attempting to be stealthy.
How close of a distance?
I don't know how many feet are feet. Far enough that I can see them, but I probably can't hear them. But far enough, that way I could see if something looked, if Riven got grabbed or something once they get in the woods. But I probably wouldn't be able to hear them that far away.
Yeah, I would say no.
So whatever distance that would be.
Okay, and you're trying to follow them into the woods?
Into the woods.
After walking into the woods a little bit, Riven, Chazra's going to stop. You're still very much in the wood, not like a clearing or anything. And she's going to turn as Uldren is kind of cresting the tree line. If you could give us a moment.
Who? What? Hi.
Riven, you're good?
Yeah.
Fine. I'll turn and...
First thing he said to me in many days.
He'll stay at the edge of the woods, but he'll stop following them.
It'll be a nod, and they'll continue on onward for a few minutes until you do come to a clearing. Chazra will turn to you. What I have to say, are you willing to keep it a secret?
I'm good at keeping secrets. I am.
There. You can't hear me laughing.
You asked where magic came from.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone attributes their magic to different things. You have some in your party that likely feel like they get magic from many different sources. The truth is, that is not true.
Okay.
You pull magic from around you.
That makes sense.
And she gestures kind of as she's saying like around you. She'll gesture. And you see in this break in the tree line in the sky above, even though the sun is beginning to set and it is getting darker, it suddenly gets darker very quickly. And there is a storm cloud up above.
Are you doing this?
I am.
Oh.
And then she brings her hand down, and about 30 feet away, lightning strikes the ground.
Whoa.
Do I see that?
You'll hear it. And if you back away from the tree line, you will see a singular storm cloud above the trees.
Okay.
And Chazra will turn to Riven. Try.
Okay. Just like make a storm?
Pull the lightning out.
Okay. She's gonna like reach her hands up and just go.
And after a short bit of trying, I think you actually can just do this, can't you?
I'm pretty sure.
Yes. Lightning comes crashing down wherever you will it.
I think she'll try to will it right in the same spot as where they.
Yeah, you're able
Yeah.
to do it.
Wow. That was fun. And you just like pull it towards you. Like you feel.
Maybe not too closely, but
Yeah, well, true. No one wants a fried ribbon. So, the way that you do magic, or I guess most people, is what you're saying is
everyone.
everyone.
Every bit of magic, good, bad, helpful, hurtful.
This is how you wield it?
Well, that is a very wise thing to say.
That makes a little more sense. Sometimes I feel like my magic is like chaotic, but I feel like it's chaotic because I'm pulling from everywhere without trying to control like where I'm actually pulling it from.
Is that what you want?
I don't know. I think I want to be able to control the uncontrollable. Because I feel like nature is good chaos. And that's just like I want to like siphon it and not necessarily change it, but like utilize it.
Nature is impartial.
Yeah.
You can induce some partiality if it's needed. And that is the perfect reason to use this magic. Or any magic.
Right. Nature in itself isn't good or evil. I feel like this sounds very familiar to what that cave said.
This makes sense.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. I have one more word of warning. Like I said, this is a secret. If you repeat this to people, they are likely to get angry.
Why?
You're telling people their world is wrong.
Huh. So, like, my friend, Tingis,
Of the Pingus variety.
yes. If I were to tell him this, he would be angry because he believes that it comes from someone.
Right, or to maybe be a little bit more... maybe I spoke slightly unfairly. Maybe he won't be quick to anger. But I doubt he will believe you.
Do most druids know this knowledge?
It is not necessarily a druidic thing, but it can be.
Okay.
I am not actually a druid.
Wait, what? I thought... How did you do...
I mean, I do that. I'll just, like, pull it down. Like...
But... Oh.
No, I am a cleric.
Oh. So... I guess it doesn't matter how you manipulate or take from. It's just that it's all the same source. Sorry. Okay. I'll keep this secret. Yeah. Thank you.
Now. Anything more fun while we're out here?
I mean, I think it'd be cool to do it again. I'll try. So she's gonna try it again.
Yeah, you can just
Yeah.
take turns pulling lightning out of the cloud for a while. Anyone else in the forest area is just gonna hear a lot of thunder and like lightning flashes in the forest.
Cathara's like stops. What the hell?
I didn't know we were in Seattle.
Yeah.
She's like, you know what? She's doing what I had mentioned. We're good. You know what? It's not hitting anyone.
I think having had no context for why she was going into the woods,
It's lightning.
and then just a ton of lightning hit the ground. Drin did what he said. He didn't follow. until there was lots of lightning.
Yeah, on the 8th lightning
Yeah,
strike.
so-
Surely she must
I
be
think
dead.
Oh my gosh, it would be really funny if like I'm pulling down lightning
not
and like
stuck
as you're
pulling,
running
surely.
towards me, like a lightning almost hits you.
I was actually thinking.
Yeah.
Well, the worst part of this, actually, not to re-traumatize you,
Yeah.
is Saja has faster movement than I do.
Oop.
So Saja gets to you first.
Yeah.
So Saja runs into the clearing.
As she's pulling the lightning down. So, oh. Ah.
And Saja is going to run in front of Riven and start growling at Chazra.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were here. Why are you here?
She's not growling at you.
Oh.
She is in front of
yeah,
you
yeah.
and like blocking you with her body, growling at Chazra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no. He's fine. Or she's fine. She's fine. Sorry, I forgot she was she. No. And she's gonna like step
Chazra
like,
will go to pet Saja. They're there.
She's gonna try and bite her.
Animal handling.
Unless you want to roll animal handling.
I think Riven's gonna
Animal
try
friendship.
to tackle Saja. Like you know how like
Yeah,
like
go
a
make-
dog.
make a contested
Yeah.
athletics.
Okay. Who she's not good at athletics.
That'd be crit.
I rolled a natural 1.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Well, I have a 9, so that obviously still beats.
Yeah, so you successfully
Yeah.
tackle her to the ground.
Stop.
And she kind of goes still.
Do you come into the clearing
As
now?
Drin runs into the clearing, seeing you having tackled the cat to the ground. What's going on here?
Nothing. And she like shoots up and she's like, Saja was trying to defend me, but there's nothing wrong. We were just playing. We were just having fun.
With lightning.
With lightning.
Good job.
See? And then she does it again.
Points up.
My apologies. Saja. And he whistles and Saja comes running over and he will turn around and start to leave.
I'm sorry
For what?
for Saja.
He sighs and his shoulders slump.
I know that's why you've been ignoring me.
You did not mean to do it.
No, I didn't. But I also was careless. And usually that works out for me, but it didn't work out this time. But I'm learning, I promise. That's why I was doing all this. Ooh.
That was good. He looks up at the sky and sighs. We all do things that are careless. What matters is if we learn from them or not. And he touches his face on the scar side.
I promise I will do my best.
He'll turn around to face Chazra and bow and say, "My apologies. I will leave you two to it." And then he'll...
I mean,
Well done.
actually, we're done.
Yes. Also, no need to be so glum.
I'm sorry.
I
A
love her.
downpour doesn't last all day.
What?
Truth. Like rain. It doesn't last all day. It doesn't last forever.
What does this have to do with being glum?
Fierce winds do not blow all morning.
He's talking very similar to like how Tingus talks, or it's like
Chazra.
Dang it. She's talking how similar like how Tingus talks, like metaphors, inspirational.
Oh, ma'am, this is my personality.
He's
I am
just
not glum.
And do you enjoy this?
Jesus.
I love her. Your Honor, I love her. I love Cactus.
Damn.
Read him for filth. The library's in session.
I'm sorry.
I think
You enjoy life as you're living it?
The answer's no. I don't think he does. Because he's kind of sad all the time.
I am not sad, Riven.
Well, you're not happy, so what's the opposite of that? I mean, sorry. I know we just made up.
I am preoccupied. There is a difference.
With what? Sadness?
Remaining alive and making sure that the rest of you do as well.
Ooh. Sorry, but that definitely like isn't up to you.
Stop!
Yes!
That's queen. Read her fulfill.
I love her so much.
Read her fulfill.
I can't keep character.
Read her fulfill, please. Keep it up. I'm not there, but I'm going. I feel a sudden surge of satisfaction somewhere.
Wow, Chris.
Just in the middle of the Tingis workout, just uncontrollably just...
You know, normally I like it when wise women give me advice, but I'm not sure that I'm enjoying this.
Oh, I'm so happy you think I'm wise.
You are wise. You helped me.
It's very kind.
Again, I am sorry to have interrupted. I will head back.
I mean, I'm gonna head back to it's like almost dinner time, and I'm starving after like all those storms.
It's true. Let's all walk back together.
Yeah.
Joy.
That's the spirit.
My face.
Well,
So what have you been doing for the last few days? Because like I felt like I couldn't talk to you, so and then you didn't want to talk to me. So what have you been doing?
I resurrected my cat.
Do you want me to apologize again?
No, but I did have to give you shit at least one more time.
That's fair.
I've been researching in the library.
What have you been reading?
Just things that I'm curious about.
Is it about like you, or is it about like the weapon, or like? We don't have to talk about it in front of her if you don't want to.
Think that Tingis and Kithara certainly had all of that well enough in order. I don't think.
So then, what are you reading? What are you curious about?
Feywild magic.
Feywild. That word's like really familiar. What is
Have
it?
you been previously?
What have you been reading about it? I don't know.
You don't know if you've been to the Feywild.
I don't know. I'm
think-
asking you questions. You have to answer them mine first if you want me to answer. If you want me to answer, you have to answer.
Okay, well, you asked maybe 3, so which would you like me to answer?
All of them, and then I will answer your question.
Okay, maybe repeat them in an order that I can keep track of.
What were you curious about? What did I ask?
Why don't I start with that one? There are... not a lot of records on old elven civilization that still exist.
And they're from the Feywild.
No.
Oh.
It's... There is an annual pilgrimage that, well, not annual, but every certain number of years, elves, after a certain age, elves make a pilgrimage.
Where?
Beyond that, I cannot tell you.
You cannot, or you don't
No,
know?
I cannot.
Why?
There are reasons that we keep things secret.
And so there's like information in the library about this pilgrimage?
It was more that I was curious if there was any... I have not talked to anyone my age in a long time, and a book, if it's old enough, is something like having a conversation. I was curious if I could find anything around as old as I was. I was not successful.
Wow, it's gotta be really old.
Yes.
Okay.
As I've said, I'm well over... I have lost count. I think that I crested 600 at some point within the last decade or so.
Dang, 600. Whoa.
Chazra whistles.
You don't look over 180.
I very much do.
It was supposed to be kind. Anyways. To answer your question, I think so. I don't know. I mean, I know I was somewhere. It's like it was like a really long time ago. Like what you're talking about.
A really long
I mean,
time
for me, it
ago.
was a really
17
long time ago. I am okay, old man.
What, was it like 10 years ago?
I mean, I was 8.
Ooh, bird.
He actually chuckled.
I was 8, so I think I was 8. I just remember visuals.
High five. Neither of us knows how old we are.
Wait. High five. I taught you that like not that long ago. Anyways, I don't know. I have like visuals of this place and like these people. And then I wasn't there anymore. And I was here. And I haven't seen a place that looks like it. And I remember when I was like living on the streets, the people would say things like Feywild, and it sounded familiar. And now that you're saying it, it sounds even more familiar, and I don't know. And that like Twig thing looks like some of the pictures in my head. I don't know. I don't have a lot of answers. Everyone always asks me these questions, and I don't have a lot of answers.
No.
Get out of here, you two.
You know, I used a fairy ring once.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What's that?
A long time ago.
Wait. What's a fairy ring?
Would you
It's like a ring of mushrooms.
Give
Someone
us a
has
moment.
a magic stick, and then you go somewhere else.
Could it be our turn for you to give us a moment?
Wait, what? No,
Alright.
what? I'm confused. No, what?
At this point, you have like kind of exited the forest. You know, you see like.
He's gonna stop at the edge of the woods and turn Riven to go back into the woods.
Wait, but it sounded like your like little ritual thing.
Yes.
Don't you
which
have
is
questions for her?
No. That's precisely why I don't want her around in this moment.
Okay, what?
Does... Hold on. I want to remember, make sure I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Follow your heart. You'll do it right.
Does Helma mean anything to you?
Sounds pretty. I don't know.
It's unfortunate.
Which word is that?
It didn't sound familiar to me, but like it might be.
The twig that I have?
Oh.
That's where it came from?
I was about to say, let me roll to see if
At Chris?
Yeah.
would I know that word?
History.
Oh, the fourth wall is class. We were checking.
Glass,
I
guys.
knew
Loading
history check.
deeplore.exe.
Hold on,
I
we're
was gonna say,
checking.
would I know that word?
Hold.
Okay,
Hold.
sorry.
Let God consult their notes.
Well, just because he's omnipotent doesn't mean that he remembers it
Oh,
all at once.
Helalma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that.
Hello, sorry. Do you know how badly I wanted to do that when he said hello with the bowl?
Hello.
Would I know this? Can I make a history check?
You would have never heard the
Got
word
it.
before.
Cool. Yeah, no, me neither. Yeah, no.
F me, I guess.
All right, cool.
No, I mean, I don't know that word. I don't, that twig looked like a tree thing that, like, looks similar to what that twig is.
And yet the word means nothing to you.
No. I, like, barely knew what Feywild was, honestly, bud.
But this, and he takes out, and he sort of like the same way that he had to last time, like he has to unclip something. Like it's clear that this isn't just a necklace, it's almost like there's like multiple things that are holding it in place so it can't fall off. And he, again, it's sort of like this. It looks sort of like when you like snap off a twig and it's still green, but it's got more like a blue tinge to it, instead of green. But this looks familiar to you.
I mean, like, vaguely.
The blue looks familiar
Yeah,
to you.
the blue part.
You remember a lot of blue, especially
Okay.
blue steely tones
Okay.
and illumination.
I mean, it looks familiar. I mean, I just remember a lot of blues. A lot of... Why are you looking at me like that? Maybe that's why I like
You-
blue. That could be why I like blue. Sorry.
Came from the Feywild as a child.
Maybe... I don't think I'm supposed to say that. I don't think a lot of people know what that is.
But do you believe that's what happened?
Yeah. Don't tell anyone. Please don't tell anyone. Please don't tell anyone.
Riven, I'm not going to tell anyone.
Okay. Like, not even Kit Kat.
Tell Kit Kat what?
Okay. The thing I just talked about.
Tell Kit Kat what?
Oh, got it. Thought you were making a joke. Well, or Tingus.
Same. Yes.
Right. People... It was really scary when I got here. It looked so different. And I was by myself for a really long time. There was a guy at the beginning, but he just kind of went away. I don't know anything about him.
Someone you met before you got here, or
No, I
when you were in
got
the
here.
Fey?
There was a guy. I don't even remember a lot about him. He was angry. I couldn't really understand him at first. And then he got on a boat and he left me. And I was by myself. And then some people came on the island and I found some halflings, and that's how I learned how to speak halfling. And that's when I watched a lot of people and eventually got off the island. And I existed in the world.
I'm gonna ask her in Sylvan if she speaks Sylvan.
I don't know what you just said.
Interesting. You don't speak Sylvan, but you think you came from the Feywild. What?
I was really young. I know that I probably had a family, but I can't remember them. I just remember being really scared. But I had my friends. I had my ocean friends and the friends on the island, and I was okay eventually.
Your family. You remember having them before you came here?
I mean, I had to have had a family. Everyone
But
has a family.
Do you remember them?
No. No.
Interesting.
I was pretty traumatized, so I've heard that it kind of messes with your memory.
That it does. Changes the order that things happened in.
Yeah. Makes you remember things that you don't want to remember. And loses the things that you do.
I think sometimes the last one is the most cruel.
Yeah. Me too. I know I'm not an elf. I know that you might be. I mean, you talked in like a weird elvish language just then.
I am an elf.
Oh, okay. Well, you just got those wings, and I mean, we're not supposed to ask about them, but I didn't know many elves that had wings.
The majority do not.
So, are then you from the Feywild?
No, I'm not. I am from this plane.
See, that's where, like, I got confused. Because there are not that many people from the Feywild here. And so that's why I wasn't sure that's where I was from or not. But it sounded familiar.
Would I have heard, like, any stories of people, like, coming to the Feywild? Like, I'm trying to think. Like, ways that people accidentally come from the Feywild. Like, would having read just about the mushroom circles and things like that, like...
I mean, there were very fantastical, like, stories about Feywild creatures, but not, like, sentient peoples beyond elves.
Yeah.
Necessarily.
I think that's what's tripping everyone up.
Nothing really. Yeah, there was nothing about that in the book you found.
See, what I'm having a very difficult time understanding is that I've never heard of sentient peoples coming from the Feywild. I mean, people get there, but as an origin point, it is very new to me.
I mean, don't tell the others, but I can't really read, so... so I can't really, like...
Wait, is that...
Me this time.
So that's why I, like, can't really,
Wait,
like...
is that why in Kithara's lessons you can't follow unless she is saying it?
Yeah. I never
Okay,
learned.
well,
I was here. I
don't
got here
tell
so
the others,
young.
but I can barely write.
Really? I mean, I obviously
Yes,
can't
that's why
write
it takes me so long.
words, but I can draw.
Yeah, that's part of why I just draw. I mean, I can write in several languages, but, you know, you don't really need to do it very often when you're living in the woods for
Yeah. Yeah. So
500 years.
it's like riding a bike. You like can do it, but it's like rusty coming back.
What is a bike?
I was just saying, do we have bikes in this world?
You now.
we do now.
There's no horses.
No horses.
There are no
So
bikes.
bicycles were actually very important to invent. Yeah.
What is a bike?
It's like that two-wheel vehicle thing that you can like pedal and then you go. It's like a mini carriage, but with 2 wheels.
How would a carriage work with? Then it's just a cart.
like
Like you put
balance.
behind a donkey.
Kind of, but you have to like pedal. Like you don't
Why
use the
would-
donkey. You just, anyways,
So you're the donkey.
the point is, yeah, you're the donkey.
Okay. Perhaps.
You're the ass.
So
So,
perhaps.
The dinner bell starts ringing.
Yeah. So the others
Oh
are
my
not
God.
concerned, given that I thought that you might be, dead. We should head back and
right.
talk about this at a later date.
Basically, when you look up Feywild stuff, can you just like loop me in? Because I can't read it, so I don't know what it's saying. Just in case.
Yes. Let us perhaps continue this conversation later.
Wait, aren't you gonna ask Chazra about the circle thing?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, okay. Cool.
You do spend a couple more days here at the monastery. On the last day, as you're packing up, getting ready to set off again, you see one of the monks. What?
Somehow my returned.
No. Kave, an elven monk, gives a package to Tybalt for you all. It is, I say package, it is wrapped in cloth, not like a parchment paper.
Got
It is sizable.
Wow.
Ooh.
And you're like getting on the boat, you've loaded everything onto the boat, you're on the dinghy, this pass off is happening on shore, and Tybalt says thank you, and is ready to depart if you are.
I was like, before we leave, Cathara is definitely going around to like everybody there being like, thank you so much for your hospitality, and being like, thank you. Pleasantries, because
Yeah.
that would be rude if we didn't. So she's making sure she is giving thanks.
And I'll miss you the most.
I'm sure you've been dear, and I'll miss you. Now keep up the library in the different little sections I put.
So-
Back on the boat.
You're back on the boat, on deck. No, I guess Tybalt would like unwrap it before handing it off to anybody. Unwrapped, you see an incredibly shiny, copper-colored mace.
Ooh.
It is at this point
Do I clock
that you...
the copper color? And
Yeah.
go in?
He's doing this in front of you. Like,
yeah, and like Cathara's like,
and it is at this point that you may also notice and think to yourself, that looks like the same material as the bowl.
Yep.
Wait, who's it from? Who's it from?
Wait, is the bowl Orichalcum and not copper?
that's what I was wondering. Is there a way we can test for this?
To
It's not like there's dragons
the book.
around
I don't know.
What are
torch that can melt
dragons?
it. Big lizards with wings.
Those don't exist.
Not
True.
Not
anymore.
right now.
They used to.
I used to.
What?
Yeah.
What'd they look like?
Oh my god.
Big lizard.
Literally just said it.
No, but like
After-
how big?
After several dragon stories later,
Like,
we
They're
will
my
Dragon Tales.
Dragon Tales.
Please.
After
Dragon tails,
a few dragon tales,
It's almost time for
I have had that
dragon
too long.
tails.
Too long.
17
we're
seconds.
going to take a short break, everybody, and we will be back after these dragon tales. Hi, welcome back. Obligatory. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Like if you haven't liked, especially if you like what we're doing.
Ring that bell.
Ring that bell. Now, back on the boat. A new unveiling of a fancy shiny weapon. Which half of the party knows a little bit more about.
Maybe.
Well,
above
I'm making a
table.
very educated guess as in character.
Yeah.
Based on the readings.
Well, after reading that book, you don't
We're-
have to struggle very hard.
we're like-
Okay.
It is a
It is.
textbook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I read about this.
Neat. Okay.
Where it does take on a much more, even though it is an alloy similar to bronze,
Yes.
it is not dull. Instead, much brighter and shinier, like pure copper, thanks to
You said
the
this-
dragon fire.
You said this was a mace?
It
Yes.
is. It is a mace.
Oh, what does the
Window?
mace do? Let me see.
I can.
I'm
Swing,
looking
swing,
at it right
swing,
now.
swing.
Oh, if one
Sorry,
of you
I'm
would
so
like to read
stupid.
it out, you can. Or I can
yes.
It's okay. I said Mace
read it
window
out
and
for
no
the
one heard
table.
me.
So, for the table's awareness, the special action for the mace is Stunning Blow. It gives you 3 fatigue. If your next attack hits, the struck enemy immediately uses their reaction to regain composure. If they do not have a reaction to use, they are restrained until the beginning of their next turn. They have disadvantage on saving throws, attacks, and attacks against them have advantage. So that's pretty neat. Who can use the mace besides me?
Tibble, because he's a cleric.
I feel like Tibble makes the most.
I get to use my charisma for it.
Actually, I
right-handed.
might be able to.
What does that have to?
I can use all weapons as well, but then
I mean, technically I could, but it doesn't
against
make
my
sense.
aesthetic.
Mace
I
is
can't.
also a simple weapon.
It's against my aesthetic.
Like I could, but it's not.
I think Tybalt should have it.
Technically,
I think Tingus Pingus should have it.
It doesn't match my aesthetic.
What is that aesthetic?
If it was a sword, if it was a dagger.
Oh, sharp pointy things is your aesthetic, but it's kind of pointy.
It's got a lot of pointies, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
kind
it's a
of a
mace, not a
beetle.
morning star. There's a difference.
It has lots of pointies.
Then it's a morning star.
I'd even be down for
No,
metal
Mace
weapons.
can also have
Ooh, a
pointies, it's
halberd.
just not as.
A scimitar. I don't know. Just maces aren't
I
really.
hardly know her.
Maces just aren't really.
Wait, is everyone so this above table, fourth wall glass? This was what I needed the die roll for, by the way. This was.
God. Oh,
That's really
I didn't even
unfortunate.
count. I didn't even
So
count
unfortunate.
them.
I don't think it's unfortunate. Druid is proficient with mace.
I am?
If it's
Mace is also a
it's
simple,
a simple
weapon.
weapon.
Oh, it's a simple
So
weapon.
anyone that can use a simple weapon can use it.
technically,
But it's made of metal. They can't use metal weapons.
I think that's just Chalet.
No, new.
Shillelagh is the only one. It's like if I am casting
Oh,
Shillelagh,
okay.
it's like
But,
has to
but
be
you as a
wooden.
class are no longer restricted to not
Yes,
using
because there's a
metal weapons.
new druid subclass that allows you to. It's called Protector or
Okay.
something like that, where it allows you to use medium armors
Oh.
and things now. Where it's kind of going around. I have to double check, but it's a new thing that I think you can kind of sort of use metals and stuff now.
If that's the case, I
But
think
Druid
Riven
was
should take it.
always
I was about to
proficient
say-
in like scimitars.
you can,
and
but there's this whole
daggers
thing
and-
about metal and druids.
Yeah.
But I think the thing with scimitars specifically and daggers is the shape, because it's a scimitar. 'cause it's
Kind
the
of like
crescent.
a sickle.
I could.
I
but
mean, when
maces
I
are
read
also
it,
on the
didn't
list.
say that I couldn't.
Okay.
So
Well then,
it said simple weapons. That's
I
the only.
think
I didn't think it was a
technically-
simple weapon. So
It
that's
i-
okay.
it is a simple weapon.
Yeah. Okay.
So I believe literally everyone at the table can use this weapon.
Yes.
Weirdly.
I think it's more that.
I
Does
don't
anyone?
Oh,
really
I'm sorry.
want
It clashes with everyone's outfits.
I'll do
Don't
it.
want to use the
I
face
did
on
it.
football.
I'll do it.
Outfit. I just a mace is a crude weapon.
I use swords.
I'll do it.
It
I like
feels
to smack
direct,
things.
like you.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it feels direct like Riven.
Ah.
Guys, please.
Yes.
It's funny though, because in real life, Maeve really wants a tattoo of a mace on her leg, so it
Take it.
fits.
It's yours.
It was meant to be.
This is it. Yeah. This is
Meant
your
to
sign.
be. You're welcome. I
There's your
rolled a
sign. Go do
10.
it.
Okay.
Enjoy.
After we had that very long
now
in-character
I have
discussion.
What we mean, Chris, is thank you so much for this amazing, wonderful,
Yeah.
ancient relic.
Thank you, Heather, for rolling
Yeah.
a
You want
10.
I'll
I was about to say, can you send that to me? Thank
Yeah,
you.
the capabilities
Oh,
of
and
producing
the-
this weapon have been extinct for hundreds of years.
Rolls on the fatigue.
Yeah.
Now I have a mace.
We're very grateful.
I'm gonna call it Windu.
Oh my god.
Yes, I am.
And it's like wind. It's wind.
Yep. Yep. Star Wars.
Yeah, you can use them because
Yeah.
maces are under your proficiency.
Sick.
The metal taboo. So you don't typically wear metal armor or shields. You can use metal weapons, which is really weird.
Druid
super
said
weird.
these hands.
Metal armor doesn't fit my aesthetic anyways.
Oh my god.
Good.
Now, on to adventure.
Piracy.
Rulebook aside.
Piracy. Aside.
Don't let that get in the way of your fun.
Of fun, yes.
No, of course, it has to be crunchy. Give me all the rules.
I did. I added a whole fatigue
I know.
mechanic.
I know.
Not to be confused with exhaustion.
Right. It's different. This no. No.
So, for those of us that aren't quite as
Oh, right. Rapid fire above table. So everyone has fatigue. It starts at 0 after a long rest.
I'm putting the.
I was
rules.
gonna ask them
Oh.
about Orichalcum.
Oh,
But like
and
that too,
Wait,
Chris.
wait,
We'll do the rapid fire. So everyone has fatigue. It starts at 0 after a long rest. You can go up to
I'm
4.
literally putting this in the.
Okay, thank
So that
you.
you guys will eventually have it. Just in case
If
we
you
do
take a short rest once in between long rests, you can lower 1 fatigue.
Got it.
So, for instance, that fancy mace has fatigue 3.
Okay.
So you get to use its special ability once in between long rests. If you take a short rest, you can use it a second time.
Got it. Okay.
No, you.
No, you'd
No.
have to still take a long rest.
You'd have to take a long rest. It has fatigue 3.
Right. So if
Remove
you
one.
short rest, you remove 1 fatigue, only 1.
Yeah.
So that would
So
go down
you would
to
go down
two.
to 2. Oh,
So
that's
you can
right.
use
Yeah,
it.
never mind.
How do you,
Two.
that's how do you get to
Math.
5?
Yeah.
Math. Unless it's supposed to be 5.
Anyway.
No, it's not.
Orichalcum is a special copper alloy forged by the Nik'Balam and their dragons under the heat of dragonfire that makes it non-corroding and incredibly high-quality weapons. These people used special martial arts techniques to take advantage of these weapons. People can learn these techniques, but that's where the fatigue thing comes in. You're just not as good at it as they were.
Got it.
Valid.
Ancient knowledge, yada yada.
So I presume y'all explain.
Yes, we
Yeah.
explained to you
Additional-
about the Orichalcum and the copper and
Dragons.
dragons. That's where the dragons
So
came
dragons.
So
Because what if I could like change into one? That'd be wild.
trust me,
Hey,
you don't.
probably
That's
don't
a
wanna do
different
that.
kind of
you
magic,
do
I
not
think.
want to do that.
Not, I can't like wild shape. You said they're like a lizard.
I don't know if
They were very problematic, Riven.
Is that why they're all dead?
It depends on the type of dragon.
A lot of them were very problematic.
Whoa, not all dragons.
The point being, not something you want to shapeshift into. Besides, this civilization, it sounds like it's the same civilization mentioned in the book,
It is.
the journal.
Yep.
So that would explain.
Things are connecting.
So that would also explain if the bowl. So
The bowl.
I'm not. I'm me so real. The rat. My brain is gone now.
Sorry.
Over.
So the bowl, the mace, potentially other items are all connected
Yes.
to this group of people called the Nik'Balam.
And the person that had the journal wanted to return the item to this civilization.
Well, yes, if we can figure out who they are and where they're at.
So is this like the magic thing that we've been looking for?
No.
No.
Oh.
It's something that
So cool, though.
It's
Sword.
related, maybe.
yes, of the same
you-
civilization.
I was going to say, would the thing be made of the same material then?
But possibly.
Potentially.
Okay. So that's good to know. Like, we can, like, narrow things down. Do we know, like, anything more about this weapon?
Nope.
Only what I've told you that it can do.
No. Not the mace. The new one.
Oh.
The one that we're trying to find.
Nope. We just know
So
it's
we
very
are-
fancy. It's a very powerful weapon. It shouldn't be in bad hands. Could potentially, I don't know, maybe bring gods back. Pfft, I'm just spitballing here.
Got it.
Truly, the possibilities are endless.
And we learned not much more from the library.
On this stuff?
Kithara looks at you and just goes, yep, not much more.
Nope.
I don't believe. Insight check.
Inside shit.
Well,
Ooh!
Okay, I guess we have to...
I guess.
Deception?
But, like,
Are you deceiving?
I mean,
don't know.
about this particular
We were
topic,
just looking
no.
at each other because we both were like...
I want
didn't-
to. I want to know if you learned something in the library that you're not telling us. Is
Yeah.
what the
Yeah,
specifics
same.
are. And 22.
Okay.
I had 10,
Oh, wait,
so.
I don't know what to do that.
Obviously, I wouldn't learn what you learned, but I want to know.
I'm
I saw
keeping
that.
something.
Okay.
You're keeping something.
But it's like. It certainly wouldn't be related to this.
Was it lower than a 10?
Mine? It was a 10.
Oh, okay.
Mine was 9 plus 5.
Okay, so I don't know what you do, but I know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You both realize there's something there. Cathara's a little bit more...
Why aren't you guys telling us things?
It's...
There are so many amendments. I can't do it twice in a night.
Tingus is going to plead the fifth.
I'm going to plead the fifth.
What is this fifth?
It's a silence thing.
Bottle
when
with a
he's
handle.
ready, he'll explain. If he's ready. He said it's a part of some constitution or some shit.
Isn't that like when you can like take poisons and like Constitution?
No.
No.
Or like eat things?
No. It's completely different.
That's different.
Yeah.
Let's just
Same word,
say
though.
we
Yeah,
learned a
different
little bit
meanings.
more in the library, but we were more focused on the Orichalcum.
Did you happen to learn anything about where maybe we should be going next?
No, I figure we are
No.
either, depending
We
on
should
the
go to the
time...
museum!
Are we even near the time for that?
Several crew members would, like pull out their flyers. Yeah, we were gonna go to a museum.
Yay!
It is...
Educational trip.
What if they have information about artifacts? A museum would have that.
Right.
I even know that, and I don't even go to museums very
But we
often.
wanna- Is it time close enough from when we were on the island to win this like fancy
continent?
show? The show is on at the museum.
The continent.
The
Continent.
Continent.
Yeah, wherever I thought it was gonna be on the boat.
No,
We
you
were
said
on the
island.
continent.
Oh, my bad.
You
whatever.
are on the continent. The museum is a ship
Yeah,
Yeah.
featuring a performance.
and we're nearing the day and time of that.
Yeah, it's a few
performance.
days away.
Okay, which we'd have to, depending on where we're at in calculation of travel time.
Yeah, it's south of you.
And then
Do we
if,
know how far?
I just feel
2
like
days.
people who are at a
Cool.
museum are
well, yes,
would know things about artifacts and stuff like that, so we might get some information
may even be there.
and have a good time and watch the silly show and maybe get some revenge.
we almost killed
Revenge.
them.
Well, yeah, but that we needed to. That's what I mean, like silly
Wait,
revenge, not
killed-
like death
killed who?
revenge.
The
The
people.
people,
One of the crew members.
they were being
The
so
Starbound
silly.
Masters.
I want to see it.
Did we
I'm not saying that
interact
I
with them before?
like not to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they
The
fired
people
training
that were-
arrows at their
Yeah,
thing.
we-
which had
Oh, right.
advertisements
Yeah,
attached to
yeah,
it.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Very forgettable, honestly.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I remember everything.
Yeah, they were
Like
so cool.
us.
It couldn't have been that cool.
We
if I
can.
forgot about 'em.
I definitely would like to see if this museum probably has more of these items or other interesting items, as well as see if the show is worth
Meaning
anything.
we can steal. You said piracy. We haven't done piracy in such a long time.
I'm not.
She's not wrong.
We will need to come up with a plan if we are going to do piracy.
Why
We
don't
could do it
we
for the captain.
start with getting
Let's
a
just
lay
see
of
what's
the
there
land?
before we decide what's to steal. If
That's what
Precisely.
I was about to say. That's what.
Well, I mean, yeah, if it's worth it.
it's worth stealing.
Well, we should get the
information.
information before we steal, because then they probably wouldn't tell us anything if we stole from them.
Well, yeah, because then
Well,
we'd have
we're
to
not going to
leave.
know until we go there.
So we'll do that, and then if along the way we somehow come across the ship that we're looking for and this guy who owes a
Oh,
debt,
yeah, that.
we also either have to kill him, take him in alive, / get the debt, or take the ship. Which honestly, I kind of feel all three.
We
You
can't
can't
kill
do
him
all
and take him
three.
in.
Okay, we kill him. Well, we take him in his dead body.
But
Oh,
that's
yeah.
not taking him alive.
I didn't say we had to keep him alive.
Well, that was one of your options that you said before.
If you all felt
Okay,
like
so are
not
we
killing
going
him.
to the museum?
That's the goal, is to go to the
Yes,
museum.
we're going to
It'll
go to the
take us-
museum if we
To the
happen to come across
museum!
the other thing that
And
we're
I'm gonna
supposed
go
to do.
chart a course to the museum. Goodbye. I'm going to go chart a course to the museum.
If you beeline it, you should be able to make it.
Okay.
If you detour at all, you would not.
Oh,
be
so
able
if I
Kicking
fail
them off,
this
man.
in any way,
No, that's what you're like. That's the course that you are plotting.
Got
is
it.
kind of determining that. Like, okay, we just
Okay.
need to.
but like, can I? Do
Get
I need to make a
not-
roll to plot it, or am I? Awesome. Awesome.
Museum.
Hell
Yeah. To the museum.
To the museum. Oh God, do we know from the flyer there's a dress code?
So while it doesn't call it a specific dress code, it does advertise the festivities. Hors d'oeuvres, drinks, a performance by
Nice.
the Starbound Maskers.
Yep.
The Starbound Maskers performing the Voyage of the First Dawn.
Ooh.
Oh, damn.
So maybe coronation outfits again.
Okay. I never took mine off.
And Kithara will look at you.
I meant, like, I took it off to, like, wash it, but, like, I never, like, undid it. You know what I mean?
You also wiped dirt on it.
Yeah, and I washed it afterwards.
Okay.
Some of us did not pick up coronation outfits. I say from the wheel.
I'm sure the captain has something left in the
Oh
closet
my gosh,
somewhere.
well, yes, he does. Let's go look.
Oh wait,
This is-
yes.
Very unnecessary.
Gotta get the-
Very necessary.
And we need to get the frilliest thing for him to
No,
wear.
we're not gonna give Drin this frilliest thing.
Other above table point of order. Captain is noticeably shorter than Dren.
That's okay.
Just as a
That's,
waters are
just,
would be
just
even
for the mental picture,
funnier.
not discouraging
Great.
anything.
No,
See,
that's
Dren is
so
like-
good.
Isn't
Berries and
I don't know
cream.
how old my
That's exactly where we're at. Yeah.
I won't give him frills, but I'll turn him into the berries and cream boy.
Yeah.
how tall is my character?
The pants just have to go past the knees anyway.
Yeah.
we're
I know
fine.
I'm the
do the
shortest
rest.
and I'm
Lot
at
of
5'4".
movement.
Yeah.
I think you guys are all over 6 foot.
Yeah, I'm 6 something. I think.
Yeah.
Rex. Tingus
So-
will find his finest jersey.
It's bedazzled. It's bedazzled.
Now, by adjusting course and beelining, you are able to see a small gathering of ships off of or inside of an island cove to kind of shelter a little bit from too much. At this point, there are you would be ship number 6.
Do any of these ships look familiar?
So one of them you have seen before. It was the performing troupe ship.
Okay.
Vengeance.
Vengeance will be mine.
So you did the performing troupe ship that you originally got the invitations from, as well as there are 2. You can tell from looking they are not merchant ships. They're a little too small for that, but they do look very nice. They are very clearly not a pirate ship.
So that they're giving noble.
It's giving noble.
Kithara's gonna go.
Yeah.
I think we should take our flag down.
Yes.
I don't think. Did we ever change it from our fake?
No, I don't think we
Empire
have.
flag.
No, we had
because
it.
The Empire,
Yeah.
the fake
You
flag's still
can
up.
change them out whenever you want.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure.
The fake one's still up.
I was just saying
Yeah.
it for flair.
The fake one's still up.
Well,
Okay.
it's safer for us to travel with the fake ones up.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we only put up the piratey one when we're
When we're
about
gonna
to pirate.
commit piracy.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing it here, even though we're probably going to commit piracy.
Oh, we're definitely. Gonna
It's to
commit some
instill
piracy.
fear.
You do also
Yes, we did.
see a
Pleasures.
very sleek black vessel with a very shiny adornments. It looks also like the other noble ships, very, very clean, maybe even new. Schooner in style. It has 4 small masts.
Now that's my aesthetic. Cathara's over there going.
Hey, Chris.
Yes.
Can we get the names of any of these ships? Can we see them on the hulls?
So the performing one just has their performing troop
Yeah.
name on it. And then the museum ship itself, you can immediately tell it apart. It is massive, even compared to a merchant
Gotta
ship.
be.
It's a mega yatch.
Where did it go? The museum ship itself is called the Gilded Et Cetera. And you can make out the other ones are kind of situated on the opposite side.
Okay.
You can see them, but you can see the Gilded Etc. They have this kind of mechanism at the back of the boat where they can close almost a compartment like a river lock to stop water flow kind of in and out to allow people to row dinghies in
Oh, cool.
and
That's
kind
cool.
of get out and
is
or
cool.
get back in. And you can actually see from one of these more noble looking ships, people have kind of done that.
Got it.
You can also see there are a couple more ships coming in behind you.
Okay.
This looks popular. I mean, rich people popular.
Rich people love museums and
They sure
shows.
do.
I really like that black ship. Do you think you could pirate that?
I wonder
The
who
whole
owns it. Wait, what does that ship that we're supposed to get look like?
That's what I was.
That's what I was
wondering.
trying to look through my notes.
We don't have a description.
We have a name, but not a description.
That's what I was looking for, and I'm like, why can't
The
I
current
find?
catcher.
Yeah. that.
Current catcher.
Thank you,
And that's
Chris.
not on that boat or any
You
of the
can't
boats?
make it out.
It's on
Okay.
the other side.
Okay. Well, we
We
should,
could circle around.
or we could
Or we could just park next to it.
moor the boat near it,
I can swim.
change and go in, and then as we're getting close to their boat,
I could
look at that
swim.
one.
I can change and swim and see.
Go
Maybe-
look.
and look.
Go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Right. No, okay.
Do you want me to? I can go.
You are not going to be able to moor your boat near that one, so it's kind of in a weird parking situation. I don't have a class. I'm going to go to the whiteboard.
These dang
So if you
cardboards.
have the large museum ship and then the performing troop one here as you're coming in from this direction,
Got it.
you kind of have you can make out these ships, but they're on the opposite side. It's like as you went around the cove, you could make them out, but
Yeah.
now that you are in, you are clearly like you need to kind of be on this side
Okay.
of the
Okay.
museum ship
Okay.
to like safely and there will be some like staff attempting to kind of guide you
Parking attendant.
like festival
The
parking
valet,
like
the
hey
boat valet.
for
You
the
see them with
safety of
flags, yes.
everyone, so if something crazy
so
does
funny.
happen, if we get like a crazy storm, no boats are bumping into each other.
Yep.
Like you need to be
Yep.
here. And this also kind of corresponds to size. Your size is very different than those.
Yeah.
You need to be a little bit closer to the entrance
Got it.
of the cove than
Okay.
where everyone those three are much smaller vessels.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Well, then we will do what we're told.
Park. Get in our dinghies.
Yeah.
Who's all coming with us? Obviously, us four.
Tibble.
Tybalt.
any of the crew.
Saja.
Any of the crew that wants to view.
I know, but like,
I
should
don't
we
actually
like?
think that I can bring Saja.
Why not?
It's your
She's
emotional
your
support cat.
Trust me, that does not go over particularly well.
Well, they'll have to.
Well, I mean,
Just
we
let
do.
me talk to them. I know how to deal with
Who's gonna watch the
nobles.
boat,
Buddy
Some
in
of the crew.
buddy?
Tibble will offer to watch the boat.
Nope, Tibble. Just in case we die, we need you.
If you die, shouldn't I be on the boat?
That's true. You can at least
Yeah.
report it back to the king.
But like, I meant like healing.
None of you.
Nah, we'll be fine.
You're
Yeah, we
going
shouldn't
to
die
a
while we're going to a
museum.
show.
Yeah.
But we might piracy.
Let's
Do it
not-
well. I
Yeah.
believe in you.
Fine.
Thanks, Tibble.
I think
You
that
got it.
Saja is going to draw too much unwanted attention.
All right,
Like,
Saja.
Ooh, if you're trying to be sneaky.
Bye, buddy. Scritch, scritch, scritch. Does Saja let me scritch, scritch, scritch?
You want above a 10? Yeah. But like just barely. She kind
like,
of she
flinches?
does not. No, she just doesn't acknowledge you.
Oh.
Like she does that thing where like she doesn't move, but she allows you to pet her.
You're so soft.
All right, let's go.
Cool.
Did y'all actually attempt to get Drin in dress clothes?
Absolutely.
Okay, what did you find?
I have
Th-
no-
this
I'm
will
not
this
part
will
of this.
determine if it was successful. Be
Something
creative.
that's dark
Dress
and
pants, dress jacket,
something decent in your color palette.
brown.
Greens, blacks.
Do I have to wear this?
You
If
should
you
look
don't want to
presentable.
look like a pirate, which should we wear our tricorns?
Don't believe that
I
I
always
look
wear
like a
my hat.
pirate. To begin with.
I mean, you don't look presentable. That's what I was. I mean, that sounded. I meant.
So it's like,
I meant it looks like there are a lot of fancy, toity people here, and we want to not look like pirates.
You mean I look like I slept in dirt?
No, I give it. You look like you slept on a ship for a few days.
we have to hobnob with the upper echelon, and you should at least wear something not as rangery, like you're out in the woods because we're at a museum. It's just for one night.
I mean, I put a petticoat over my skirt so it doesn't look like rags, even though I think it looks cute. I know that those hoity-toity snob-nosed guys are not going to like it.
Fine.
we have to fit in.
Fine.
Well, especially if we're gonna steal.
Okay, can I at least, you think, get away with some form of weaponry?
Yeah, you can hide it, probably. I can hide my weapons
I-
underneath my skirt. Do you want me to hide
Do you
your
want a skirt?
weapons?
No. I distinctly do
Figured
not.
hiding weapons.
Hey.
Are you wearing a skirt? Or are you wearing
I'm wearing my
pants?
fancy dress.
Yes!
There's a lot of movement. She's wearing what she wore to the coronation.
I love it.
I love that you guys are putting all of this effort in. Tingus is just over here. just
Well,
like-
you don't... I feel
Okay.
like Tingus doesn't look like the way
Tingus
that
looks
Drin
like a celebrity,
does.
though. Like
Yeah, kinda,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
You can
Like-
argue that you're a celebrity. I
That's
look
true.
like
I
I
couldn't
slept on
argue
the
that.
cobblestone street.
Yeah,
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'm
My cloak
like,
is rags.
Adam Sandler.
yeah, I'm fancy trashy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, Adam Sandler status. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, fine. If I'm giving you my weapons, then that means you need to stay near me.
Okay.
I don't think I can fit a bow under ribbon.
That's what I was about to be like. I don't
No.
think a bow's gonna work. You're gonna need to bring your close quarters weaponry.
Yeah, I'll give Riven my scimitar and my short sword, which we're gonna pretend is more adjacent to fitting under Riven's dress, considering how tall Riven is.
I can...
It's a really
No,
billowy
no.
dress.
That's like, yeah,
No.
gotta be a little creative
So
with that.
I'm gonna do something, so hold on.
Okay.
As we go to try to fit it,
Yeah.
Riven's gonna gradually get a little taller.
Like, noticeably?
She's gonna get a little taller so that it looks more I don't think you guys know because it's like few inches, so that way it doesn't look as
Yeah.
bottom heavy when she gets a little taller.
It just sort of gives you a weird look because you're not at the right eye level. Like
I'm wearing
you're in a
heels.
different eye spot. Is she wearing heels?
You don't know. I have a skirt on. Oh,
That's so true.
Ooh. I definitely didn't notice.
Okay.
I am proficient in perception, so it's like, hold on a minute. Nah, you look exactly the same to me.
So
just
does
'cause
that
I'm
mean
so tall.
Drin is in dress clothes? from the
Yes.
captain?
Yeah,
Drin
from the
is-
captain.
They have Drin
Yeah.
in dress
Bullying.
clothes.
Yeah,
he's like
big old berries and
combed his-
cream.
He's combed his hair for once. Yeah.
I'm envisioning opera pumps.
What?
Never mind.
I'm gonna look that up.
You should.
A
No,
They're like heeled men's
not
shoes.
opera pumps.
that was time appropriate.
It is time appropriate.
Heels were
Those are modern
Very-
opera pumps, by the way.
Heels
Yeah.
were originally meant for men. Historically speaking.
Type pirate.
pirate heels. Anyways,
I need a time Venn diagram of opera pumps and pirates and how much overlap.
You'd be surprised at how many things overlap with piracy in history. Anyways, we're not getting onto this.
you can wear your regular boots. Just clean them up a little bit.
You don't want Drin to wear his regular boots. We'll figure it out later.
Regardless, we dressed you up.
Yes, he
You
is
look a little
dressed
bit more
up.
presentable.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
he looks more presentable.
You go to board in your dinghy when you notice one has been sent for you.
Oh.
Oh,
It's so fancy.
I love this.
It is fancy. There's
How fancy is the dinghy, Chris? Paint me a picture.
way more ornate than a dinghy has to be.
Like
it
almost
is also
Venetian
staffed
boat
with 3
kind of.
people.
We've got our own gondola.
Yeah, well, it
Yeah,
has
not like- yeah,
ornamentation,
yeah.
first of all. Yeah.
Okay.
We've got a
Yeah,
nice gondola
and
going
also
on.
has spacious seating for 6 people.
Ooh, does it come with
not
drinks and
staff.
snacks?
The drinks and snacks are not on the dinghy.
Oh.
Yeah. But you are reassured that they are beginning service on the ship
Oh, wonderful.
very
I'm a little
soon.
peckish.
I'm starving.
You'll get a very much like, oh, don't worry, milady. Service is beginning soon.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Right.
And they will bring you over to the rear of the ship.
Do we catch the name of the boat, the black boat, as we go in?
No, the black boat,
Still in such a
front,
weird
back,
ass
black
way.
one's here.
Okay.
And then the 2 noble ones are here and here.
Okay.
What a great viewer experience. Thank you, everyone.
Stick a pin in it.
So you are then able to be, they kind of close in these wooden almost gates, these lock mechanism that makes the water completely calm inside where you are able to get out of said dinghy. One thing that maybe stands out as odd is that it is just a staircase back here. It is a very large, like, flat landing, stairs up, and then it is immediately a wall with stairs going off to either side that then wind back up, and then you are on the top deck. It is like the rest of the ship is completely cut off from this rear entrance area.
Makes sense.
And you are put out just on the top of the boat. On the top of the ship, one thing that is also going to immediately stick out to you, there are not exhibits on the main deck. There is a stage that has been erected in between the 2 main masts in the center of the ship. There are a lot of staff. There are 2 small bars. There are people walking around or beginning to load up trays to walk around. You notice that you are actually among the first here. As far as people who don't look like they're working, you see a noble woman speaking with an older woman who is, you can very easily tell the younger woman is dressed very fancily, similarly to you. The older woman is not. The older woman looks much more like a sailor. Though also done up, she is wearing a large sailing coat that goes down quite far. But it is a very dark navy with silver, like a silver brocade fabric, kind of, or
Need to figure out who it is.
as well as a tricorn.
Be talking to her.
And it very much, well, I guess to each their own. It can be apparent by social cues she is welcoming this younger woman. And there is another much closer to you, gnomish gentleman, bald, a little bit older, and he has an aroma of cinnamon.
It's an aroma of cinnamon.
Awfully
spice-
specific.
You could be a
Yeah.
spice trader.
And as you kind of step on deck, he'll even like turn like, "Oh, hello there."
I will greet him in Gnomish.
He will introduce himself in Gnomish. My name is Orin Kettleblack.
They're introducing. You just hear Kithara go.
Something wrong?
While I enjoy the smell of cinnamon, it's
It is marvelous, isn't it? He'll greet
great.
you in common, very, very quick to welcome, and
Thank you. It messes
goes to
with
like
my
take your hand.
Oh, I would absolutely do so, but
Are you allergic to cinnamon?
it's. I don't know if I'm allergic. It's just it kind of irritates my senses.
No, it's fine.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my.
My apologies. And she just like turns around and just kind of starts beelining to the other woman.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are the staff, are they like in a uniform at all?
Yes, and there's more than one.
Okay.
So the bartenders feature kind of like white accents to their uniforms, where the wait staff with trays do not. It is entirely blacked out.
Got it.
You do not see anyone that appears to be just like armed and standing
Got it.
at this point.
Okay.
So, and then there are some of the theater people mulling about
Okay.
near the stage.
I think Riven's gonna go up to the older lady with the fancy coat.
That's where Cathara
Yeah.
started beelining. Like, that's where
She will kind of like look at you and like look at the gnomish gentleman and kind of like back and forth once or twice, and then but settle on you as you approach.
Hello, how are you?
Hello and welcome. My name, because I do not believe we've met,
Oh no.
I am Lady Thornwick, the owner of this fine establishment.
Lady Thorn.
It's a pleasure. I wanted to come over and figure out where you got that wonderful jacket.
I mean, you look stunning.
Oh, thank you so much. You know, you have so many fortunate discoveries in a life as long as mine.
How old does she look? Like Drin or like
you're assuming she's human, in which case, like, she would be much younger than Drin.
Older at the same
But
time.
she is
Yeah.
older, but not to the point of any sort of frailty. She's not walking with
Got it.
any assistance or anything.
She's gonna go, Riven's gonna go to like shake her hand. Does she take it?
Oh, she will, yes.
She's gonna hold on a little
pleasure.
too long and like hold eye contact with her. Yup.
Exactly
what you think.
I really appreciate all what you're doing.
Okay. And she will.
Drin snorts behind you.
I do apologize. If you'll excuse me. Please, service will be starting soon. It's a marvelous show. And
Are you in charge of the museum part?
Yes, and I will love to talk, but
You're probably busy. You have to set up some
to greet a guest.
Right. No, of course,
Just
of
one
course.
moment, thank you, please. And you can see that a gentleman has kind of walked on deck, clearly a bit more well-to-do than yourselves and the cinnamon-scented gentleman. Much more traditional noble. And you can kind of like hear, well, I would actually say it's much more clear to Tingis and Uldren that even she calls out like, oh Lord, like so and so, to kind of confirm that. I don't know how close you're paying attention, but
I'm probably actually rather engaged in conversation with Kettle Black.
Drum was paying attention because he was with Ruin.
She greets. His name is Lord Dovemore.
Gosh, she was so beautiful.
Why were you holding her hand for so long?
She's so beautiful.
You have a for older women, or at least those in power.
I just think she's really pretty. Also, that girl I was standing next to her was also really pretty, but
She's still there.
Who?
The girl.
the other girl, the young girl.
She was not like she.
Yeah.
She had kind of. They had went through.
Imagine. She's so pretty standing right there.
Hey, you gotta be forward sometimes.
Huh.
You'll also see
Unpack
that
that
the Lord Dovemore also has a actually not a different bundle, much different bundle than the one that Tybalt was given by Bunks. This one a little bit more ornate. Instead of wrapped in a simple cloth, it is wrapped in velvet.
Ooh.
And I see that look. You can roll a perception check.
Can I also?
Can I also-
Yes.
Actively looking for it.
Yes.
I don't get to get in on this because I'm not paying attention.
You're talking to Cinnamon Man.
Guidance.
Man.
I just did
join
it. I was
Cinnamon
like,
Man
guidance.
Ooh.
19 plus 7. Really high.
Really high. Got
18
it.
plus 6, so really,
Really
high.
high.
All right, I would have done bad anyways.
I think I'm like
8.
1 high.
Okay.
Cathara goes.
Kithara and Riven, from a distance, it is a little bit hard to tell. As this lord is presenting this velvet wrapped item to Lady Thornwick, you think you see that it like twitches. Anyway,
No, I'm curious.
Did you see that?
Kettle Black
Oh, yes.
smells like cinnamon.
He sure does.
How's Tybalt? Or sorry, how's Tingus doing?
Tingus is doing great. Tingus loves the smell of cinnamon. I would imagine that Kettle Black is a little put off by this 7-foot-tall half giant speaking gnomish to him.
Not at all.
Really?
No.
That's
Fascinated.
impressive.
Actually.
That's impressive. I mean, I gotta know. Why does he smell so strongly of cinnamon?
He will go on a minimum of a 10-minute monologue about the spice trade,
I knew it.
how his caravans cross the most dangerous of routes that the spice trade must travel.
Can I insight to
And-
see how much he's embellishing this?
Yes, absolutely.
I need to know. Oh yeah, 25.
He is most certainly embellishing. However, you can also tell that there is this is coming from a place of strong tried.
Right.
So it's not like he's lying.
No, yeah.
Like, but it's more
I get
likely
it.
like he's been through dangerous things and instead he's embellishing the frequency or things here or there.
I mean, the
like,
spice trade is dangerous.
He comes across as incredibly boastful.
Sure. Okay, that's what I figured. My kind of guy.
I'm the goat of the cinnamon trade.
He's the goat of the cinnamon trade. Is that all he trades in is cinnamon?
No, it's many.
Very cool. Very cool.
What's his route?
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm sure he would tell me exactly where it is he trades.
He will make it sound like it is all around the world. That he has been to many parts constantly. He likes to personally vet new vendors.
Neat. And who per tell might he sell to?
Mainly nobles in the largest imperial cities. Not just the capital, but up and down the coast and the Gulf of Mordoba. Any wealthy city he will do business with.
Neat.
He will emphasize his margin.
Good, as every businessman should. I want to try and like pry him a little bit and see if he ever has any maybe black market dealings or but not so forward as to be like, so how much illegal shit do you do? Oh my God, how do I word this?
I could never reveal my sources,
Oh, I mean, come on. Can I make a persuasion check?
I haven't even visited the bar.
I'll make you a deal you can't refuse.
How about
Get him
this?
a drink.
How about this? If you can outdrink me, I won't ask you another question. But if
I love questions.
but if I outdrink you, you gotta tell me all the secrets.
I can't do all.
Some of them.
1.
3.
A negotiator. Like me by trade.
Yeah.
1.5.
How would you do a half a secret? 2.
That's one of the secrets. I am quite the businessman.
Ooh. Shrewd deals. 2. And final offer.
I accept.
All right. We go to the bar.
What are you doing?
Yeah, what is Uldren doing?
Did you see that?
Yeah,
When see what?
I don't remember.
The velvet thing.
Oh,
moved.
oh, yeah.
See what?
Did you see? Sorry. Did you see that?
See what?
Yes. The velvet thing, it twitched. I think there's something either alive under there or I don't know. I'm curious.
Do you think they trade in like creatures?
That's what I'm wondering.
oh,
You
wait.
know, we don't know unless we know what's underneath that velvet.
Drin starts stalking over immediately.
After a bit more conversation, the lady and Lord excuse themselves. The Lord kind of moves more on deck. Lady Thornwick actually goes off to the side where there is an entryway down, not the stairway that you came in. Right now, this staircase is roped off. Some of the
I'm
staff
good at the limbo.
undo it and let her down.
Didn't she has the
Yes, she has the velvet bundle.
I'm
Okay.
gonna walk over to the thing.
While she's like after velvet rope undone, redone.
Yeah.
Oh, sir,
Social skills.
not yet. The exhibits will be open after the performance.
By this time, I think she's like scurrying after. He was like, "Oh, the exhibits. Can you
Are
tell us
you
a little
aware
bit more
of who I
about
am?
what you guys have here?" And she's like,
It's behind you guys. Just, if you were to look behind, she's just like,
I'm gonna.
I would love to. I haven't really been trained in that yet. I normally do hors d'oeuvres
that's fair.
and the rope
Right, and
watching
are you
job.
aware of who I am?
No.
And this is a
sorry, sir.
problem.
No. And he like crosses.
Would
his
you like
fingers.
to explain to Lady Thornwick why I'm late for my meeting?
We're supposed to deliver a package.
Oh, she'll be right back.
No,
Again, would you like to
Can I get you a
explain to
drink or something to eat?
I.
Oh, this is going to be very... Do you like your job?
It's okay.
Do you like being employed?
I do enjoy being employed.
You might not be employed for far longer.
Kithara immediately. Leave the man alone. Let him do his job. Come on, hors d'oeuvres are going to start. We can get her up a drink. Ease tensions a little bit. And you'll feel claws in your shoulder.
He's ignoring you completely.
I'm terribly sorry. Is there anything I can get you? And at this point, the lady is coming back up the stairs. I'm trying to pull you guys away.
Let's get something to drink. And
He'll make a tutting noise and walk away.
I would like.
What the hell is this?
An intimidation check.
Ooh.
On the guy?
Guidance.
Thank you.
No!
Why not?
Let him fail. He won't learn anything if he
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
fail.
I think
listen,
it's a good idea. I just think he was
This
coming
will,
on a little hot.
this will either be great because I fail, or it will be great
I'm
because I
cursing your
succeed.
dice right now. I'm cursing them.
That's a natural 2 with
For
a
a
minus
4.
1 for a total of 1 plus 2, which is going to be a 3.
Okay. He was not scared enough to immediately confess to Lady Thornwick, so that might be better for you.
You're welcome, cursed.
She comes back on
Yeah,
deck. If
he's-
you're still like around, she'll
No, he's
like,
following Kithara because he needs to not have it discovered that he just lied.
What?
He's going to grab your like paw and like pry it loose from the like his neck.
Think. What the hell was that?
He was trying to follow her, obviously. He just wasn't very subtle about it.
Maybe next time, help.
I tried to help
Oh, he's
you.
talking to he's
Oh.
clearly he's looking at Kithara.
Now is not the time. She literally went down there, and you want to go down there at the same time that she's down there?
Yes,
You don't
when she
know.
was
It's a-
alone.
And what do you think that's going to achieve?
I want whatever's under the
And
velvet.
we can do that when she's not down there, because I think it'll be very suspicious if the head person of this event is somehow mysteriously gone when things happen.
Fine.
She does make a lot of sense. But I also
Almost like
agree.
it's my job.
But I also agree with him.
I agree too.
Because, okay, but like, what could have happened is to be like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I don't know where I am.
That's when she's not down there. I think she's a little bit more perceptive. She's also looking for people who are a little bit more nobler, as you saw the way she went after that Lord man over there.
Fair.
She'd actually, I think, be a little bit more upset if we were down there.
So you're saying we should look a little bit more nobler?
I don't think that is something we can do.
I don't think it's not something we can do.
I will do things the way that you want as long as we get to that.
We'll get there, but
Fine.
not now.
To paint more, at this point, the younger woman you have not formally met is now having a conversation with the Lord Tingus and Tingis and Orin Kettleblack have just moseyed on up to the bar. Lady Thornwick has been pulled over to have a conversation with some of the performers near the stage. And more guests are arriving. Two of them together. There is actually, what stands out first is a Goliath who has not dressed up for the occasion. He is very much in like hunting furs, like vest, pants, boots, accompanied by what very much looks like a sailor, a black gentleman with dreads and a top hat and a red coat with black embroidery, similar in kind of embroidering style to Lady Thornwick's.
He's a hot 7, so Clara's like. She's definitely going to watch everything as people are there. And I think if, like, Lady Thornwick does, like, an introduction or whatever and talks to them, and she wants to wait for a moment till, like...
She glances over and does not make it a priority to visit. and greet.
Wonderful. If there's anybody walking around with flutes of alcohol,
Yes.
she's going to blink. Second one, actually 3. And she's going to walk over to them. Gentlemen,
Oh, hello.
hi. On my way over here. Figured you all might be thirsty.
Parched.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Well, I've never seen you around these waters before.
Yeah, I don't think we've met.
Wonderful. Kithara Faust.
That'll do the polite. Captain Fahim Rashad. A pleasure. This is my first mate, Shorty.
And she'll kind of like do the little... I love that. So, Captain, I'm also a captain of... Well, we're working it out. But I'm kind of the captain of my ship.
Oh, very nice.
Yes. So, are you excited about the play tonight?
Couldn't be more excited, and you can kind of feel the sarcasm a little bit.
I know, right? Did they try to ship your ship along to give the flyers?
No, I picked up a flyer from an associate.
Oh, interesting. We almost killed them.
Interesting.
I know, right?
That's fun.
I know! They started firing upon our ship. We took it as a threat. Almost killed them. They did cry. Gave me a good laugh. But yes, technically, if you're between you and me, I'm a little bit more interested in what's below deck.
I think I understand your meaning. Perhaps on the nose at this point, you see the band. There, he has a band around the top hat. That is ordained with like a sword pin sticking into it, like has a hilt and everything.
Do like the hat.
Oh, thank you.
I'm fond of hats myself. That sword pin. Where'd you get it?
Picked it up along various journeys.
Really?
You never know what you find at sea.
Exactly. I mean, one time on sea, we ended up finding a boat full of orphans. Can you imagine?
Yeah, sounds like easy payday. I mean,
And Kithara looks and just smiles. She goes, and she'll lean in to his jacket. And she goes, I like you. Anyways, I have to go be with my crew. But, I don't know, maybe we'll find each other later. And she'll just
Ew.
turn.
tip hat.
And she'll just kind of like
I imagine so.
half curtsy and go find them.
That looked fun.
What do you mean?
You're flirting.
Yes, and
Well, who's he?
the one we're looking for.
Oh.
What do you mean? Who?
Flirting extra hard.
The Rashad gentleman.
Why don't we just kill him? Oh wait, sorry, we can't do that. I remember now.
Well, I mean,
No, we can't just kill him right now because then it's gonna go like a whole thing, and then we're not gonna get all the information for the museum and all of that jazz. So like, I get it. Sorry,
This
instinct.
is now becoming a little bit of a multi-level operation. Do you catch me?
Got it. So we should probably make a plan.
Yes.
So I noticed that all of the staff is dressed similarly except for the bartender.
mind you, we do take an aside away from people.
Yeah.
yeah, this is not like in the
We're
middle.
not in the middle of everything.
Have you
Just
grabbed
having a
Tingus or
conversation.
I know
Clarify,
other people are
DM.
going to get food and drink.
Cathara's
How
drinking
happy does he
drink.
look in his conversation in his drinking contest? He's drinking contesting.
Yeah.
I was about to say we were just kind of like
Yeah.
after the thing kind of so all of the staff it looks this like has the same thing, but there's not anybody like watching, if you know what I mean. Like there's no like swordsmen or security.
That we know of.
They're probably
That's
on
what
the
I'm
lower
saying.
level.
Or
Either they're on the lower level or
It's not
like you're
outwardly.
saying maybe it's not outward. Secondly, I've noticed that almost every single person is a lord or lady, right?
for the most part.
And they
Except for a
know
few.
each other. So we already are probably pretty suspicious because she didn't really seem that interested in us.
There's levels to nobility.
Right. All I'm saying is I think we should mingle with the nobles. Maybe you keep an eye on hot stuff over there,
My pleasure.
and we take him out when we take the rest of the stuff out. I think he's here to case the joint.
I know he is.
Oh.
Trust me, I'm good at getting information out of people. You meet
I
them
mean,
on,
it seemed pretty easy. You just kind of talk to him.
well, you have to meet them on their level. You have to meet them on their level and schmooze a bit. I'm hoping that we'll get him below deck, and then maybe I'll get him to invite me to his ship.
I do think that they are keeping what's below deck, if you know what I mean. There's purposefully, because like even the staff doesn't know what's down there.
They could have been just hired for the event. It's a good way to
But
make
why?
coin.
Why are they only just hired for the
Kithara.
event?
Who did you tell him that you are?
I just told him I was a captain. Didn't tell him of what.
You're not just the
ship.
only captain.
So,
Listen,
well, hold on.
I said it was difficult.
So, 2 points of order. One, for the purposes of this, heist, I suppose, is what this is. That's the
heist.
word, right?
Yes.
I think that Kithara is best acting as our point person. This is what you went to school for, is it not?
Of course.
Okay, then
Getting information and stealing shit.
I'm good at stealing shit.
all I care about, frankly,
Just saying.
Did you go to school for it?
The school of the streets.
Practical knowledge.
Oh, that's where Tingus is from.
What? And you don't think I'm from the streets?
Come on, no.
I'm an alley cat.
No, you're definitely not an alley cat.
It's a very posh alley.
it's a posh out.
You're
While
a
you're
velvet
conversing,
pillow.
a new guest is arriving. This one
Intrigued.
does stand out a little bit as this gentleman is... A few things stand out immediately. One, he is openly armed. And while not fully armored, looks to be a knight. Every single hair on
Of the Empire?
head and facial hair,
It's pristine.
pristine.
Tell that man's in the military. They've got to look.
Does anyone does anyone recognize him or like does he no?
Is he like Imperial?
I mean, he's
That's
a
what- that was
Safe
the second.
assumption.
He's a
Yeah.
knight.
Perception check, please.
Guidance. See, I'm remembering this time.
I'm really proud of you.
I
right
know.
now.
I'm so enthralled with my conversation.
16 plus 6.
21.
21.
22.
So, Riven, you were paying attention to different people on deck. You notice that you don't have her name, the younger woman that was talking to Lady Thornwick when you first arrived, seeing this man walk on deck, she physically like turns her body away. No one else reacts to his presence.
I'm gonna lean over to Kit Kat. You know that girl that was talking to the really hot old lady?
Yes.
So sorry. Hold on.
No name. No name. No.
Hot old lady.
Hot old lady.
Old lady that probably does illegal
No,
animal trade.
the other one, the young one.
We don't know her name yet.
She doesn't seem to like that Imperial Knight over there.
Maybe you should go introduce yourself and make another connection.
I think that's a good idea. Uldren, you want to come with me?
Cathara's gonna look at you and go,
Really?
I am funnier when someone like Uldren's around.
You know what? You are right. You know what? Good job.
Could we at least? Fine.
Just kidnapped Uldren into wingman.
Yep.
Because he
Love
makes her look less creepy.
Love this.
So Riven's gonna walk up to the lady. Sorry.
Riven.
Cathara's
To
like,
the knight.
we're hitting on everyone tonight.
How Riven's gonna do it? She's gonna have drinks like you, but accidentally bump into her. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh,
spill
did
it
I
all
get anything on you? I'm so sorry.
And she's like checking herself,
Just-
like, no, I'm.
oh,
Are you okay?
I mean, that would be a travesty. You look absolutely gorgeous in your dress.
Oh, thank you so much. You look splendid yourself.
Oh, would you like a drink? I have an extra.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So, what's your name?
Elira.
Elira. That's gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
So-
Elira Vantrell.
Elira Van what?
Trell.
Vantrell.
Vantrell.
Vantrell. Well, Miss Vantrell, what brings you to this museum?
I wanted to see the performance and get up more.
Insight check.
Yeah.
I love how
Guidance.
you were literally so untrusting of just everyone.
Everyone, all the time.
Stop rolling so
I
terribly.
can't roll. You
I
should
cursed
have
your
rolled
dice.
8, but
And
like,
Riven's not.
do I have advantage because
was
they perform so badly?
I'll do insight as well,
I guess.
but I can't guide myself. Well, I rolled a natural one, so
Good job, guys.
She
for a
loves,
total of 7.
She loves theater.
I love
Yeah.
theater
love
and
play.
museums.
I love play.
And
I love play. Do you really love play?
I love play.
Do you really, or are you just saying that?
Well, I mean, it's nice to get out. It's usually stuck on a ship. Where do you live?
oh, without an insight check, she actually seems a bit shy, borderline ashamed as she kind of like gets a little bit quieter and goes like, oh, I live, and she'll give you the name of this very small city, and will even kind of like cut off any attempt to butt in. It's not very big. It sits on the river, and she'll describe like where it is and
Oh, the river. I love a river.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
My name's Riven, so it's like kind of like
Oh.
river. But I It must be beautiful there.
It is actually very nice. A lot of people don't see the nicer side of it, but I enjoy it.
Well, that's amazing. Are you here by yourself?
Yes, I mean I have people.
Right. I mean, we all do.
But
and then she gestures to
Just give a very
Uldren.
curt, like, nod. I'm standing with, like, my hands behind
Yeah.
my back. Like,
like just
Yeah.
going full butler mode. Nice.
Yeah, I
In
mean,
the outfit that's too small.
Yeah, perfect. Actually fits right.
Yeah,
That is
yeah,
like,
it's quite good.
we found the disguise that works.
At least one of us fits in.
Honestly, kind of
Listen.
the best.
I'm a genius.
yeah, I mean, we all have our, people, but does get kind of lonely. I mean, sometimes. I mean, I do, at least.
Yeah.
Do you want to, hang out? I don't know. I mean, like, I know some people here, but not a lot. Do you know anyone here?
And she'll kind of like glance around. Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from a very small island. It's very far away. Most people haven't heard of it.
Oh, and your family's like the governor of it?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do you do on the island?
Honestly, I mostly just sit around and play in the garden, and
she's
I like.
very accomplished at needlework, though.
Yep.
I love needlework.
Do you
But
really?
what does your family do? Like, what is the trade or goods or anything?
They do a lot of fishmongering and like fish
Interesting.
merchant. Yeah, I mean, it's an island, and so it's not a lot of like thing, but a lot of fish, and that's why I'm always on a ship most of the time, even though.
That's wonderful. In a very specific. Please don't take this the wrong way.
Okay.
That gentleman over there, and she points to the knight. He thinks very highly of himself, and is trying to marry rich.
Oh, got it. I don't like boys.
Ah,
So I think I'm okay.
if only he would respect that.
So we're adding him to the hit list.
Right.
Noted.
No, dude.
That makes sense.
As I said,
BBEG. That's right.
as I
Does not
said,
respect women.
as I said, ACAB, but spelled with a K.
All nights are
Bad.
Family Channel.
It's a family channel.
Family channel.
Oh, got it. Okay, so we should steer clear from him, is what you're saying.
I would, if you'd
Has
like
he-
to have a nice night.
Has he
We've met
tried?
before.
He's not a nice knight.
Oh, and he's tried to like marry you, and
Right.
I mean, as in, he wasn't successful? Obviously, I mean, you're.
Right. Right.
Do you also not like boys? Is that why he wasn't successful?
He's disgusting.
Well, that's fair. I mean,
It's not really.
sometimes you don't have a choice. Like, us nobles, like we kind of, get married off a little
exactly,
bit. So
right,
I get
right.
it. So, but your parents are pretty
Yeah.
That's
you
good.
need the. Right.
right. Okay, well,
This is
I
my
mean,
Madden servant.
I'll protect you if you protect me.
An excellent arrangement.
I'd love to sit next to you during the performance.
That's an excellent point. I don't even see any chairs. And there aren't any, actually.
Oh, wait.
Standing
You're
room
right.
only.
I wonder what they're going to do.
Right. And half above table, half not. The final guest arrives. A halfling woman walks on to deck. She is ordained with a lot of jewelry that specifically does not look like gemstones. It looks like different glass, but is very ornately shaped.
That's cool. Wow, her jewelry is stunning.
Oh, yes. My mother owns a few pieces from her.
Where's she from?
Insert place name.
Yep.
She'll describe roughly, but she's fairly well known. Her name is Tamsin. She goes by Tally. She is an artisan that makes incredibly difficult glass work to the point where, she can get away with not wearing a single gemstone because of the pure amount of effort it takes to actually make some of these pieces. It puts it much higher up in status than
Like Venetian glass kind of thing. Got it. Okay.
Right.
Wow, that's stunning. I must, get a piece made from her.
I would recommend it.
Yeah. Do you have any?
I do not.
Do you know
Not
anyone
personally.
else around here? I'm, from a small island, so I don't know a lot of these nobles. Anybody else I should look out for?
Unfortunately, I don't have any other insights.
That's all right. I like talking to you, though. When is this going to start?
I don't know if it said.
That's fair. Odd, right? I think I'm going to cast message to Kithara and be like, I'm a little nervous that this is not what it is supposed to be. Are you going to respond this time?
Because this is very important. Kithara, you hear back. We should stay on our guard. I'm keeping an eye on Hottie over there in the top hat, and I might slink away for a bit when the show starts.
Yeah,
Be on guard.
I'm pretty sure this is a ruse to steal from these rich people.
And, you would know that Cathara is probably closer to where that roped off area is. Mm-hmm. She's blending, eating, drinking, but she's kind of found a position enough where she's trying to be hidden to potentially sneak off.
Should I let Tingus know? Look over. Is he drunk?
I don't know.
I don't know how far this hasn't actually been a
+2.
very large amount of time. The night is still young, so I don't know how.
I don't know that I'm necessarily
hard and early.
drinking super quickly. I definitely
Same
enjoy
thing
talking
with
to
same thing
Kettle.
where he's not trying to if anything, he's very much this competition is lasting all night.
Oh yes, absolutely. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly.
Keeping an eye on Mr. Top Hat.
And also, Lady Thornwick is back on deck. Yeah. More performers are arriving. And actually, as soon as Lady Thornwick is back on deck, Elira will excuse herself and kind of beelines to Lady Thornwick a bit. And they lock in a conversation for a little while.
Can I try to pretend like I'm
Drop
not
some
going near
eaves.
there, but try to eavesdrop?
You can try. It'll be a little difficult.
What do you? I was about to say, what do you want to roll for?
I'm her butler.
I
I'm
just-
following.
Yeah.
You want to do stealth, or what do you want me to roll for?
Probably stealth.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not trying to actively
stealth,
hide.
not to get overheard.
Guidance.
Ooh.
17 plus 3 plus 5, so 25.
That's pretty good.
Yes. Okay. So you're able to hear the tail end of this, where it very much sounds like Lady Thornwick is trying to politely decline a business dealing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And eventually gets to the point of, I'm sorry, we're really not far from the performance I need to get ready. But thank you so much for coming. And Elira will kind of like turn and like look for a place to go.
Yeah.
If you're there, she would probably.
I was about to say I went
approach.
to like go get a drink from another server. Is how what it is like.
Gotcha.
Yep.
And she will look distraught. Might be an over exaggeration, but she's definitely not happy.
Oh, what? Are you okay? What happened?
I'm yeah, just had a quick little chat.
Oh, come on. I thought we were friends.
Can make a persuasion.
Yes.
Aren't you a girl's girl?
I am a girl's girl. Oh, wait. Yes. Guide again. Thank you, mysterious voice that came from above.
Your butler, guide yourself.
14 plus 5, so 19.
Understood. She kind of like glances around and seeing that no one else is like around on deck. She'll say, I was looking to, let's say, contribute to the ladies' collection here.
Oh.
But we could not come to an agreement.
I mean, I'm collector of goods. What are you?
Oh?
Yeah, I collect things.
Interesting.
I get a little bored, so I like to collect all the things. I mean, I'm gonna gesture to my mace and be like, "See, like this is a collector's item. It's
Oh my.
you know, yeah, it doesn't even. It's not even. It doesn't oxidize. So
That's interesting.
yeah.
That's what. And she'll pull out a copper coin
Ooh,
that is as shiny.
that's gorgeous. Does it have any emblems on it?
It does. You do not recognize.
Okay. Okay. That's gorgeous. Is that what you're trying to?
Yes, and she just wouldn't have it.
Well, maybe after this we can string up a deal.
Are you sure?
I love things that are copper, so.
It's interesting though, because it's never tarnished.
I thought so too. That's why I procured this one. I thought it was so interesting, right?
What do you think it's worth? Like, would you make an offer?
Riven doesn't know what things are.
What does money?
Shouldn't we see if we can figure out where the seats are going to be so we can find something good? We can always have this discussion after the play.
True. Yes.
No time like the present.
1 second. What do you think I should offer?
Could I make a history check or something? I feel like having been around a long time, like what a really, really fancy coin would be worth. Like a really, really fancy coin.
All that time in the woods. I mean, I don't know how much it's gonna help. Like yes, but
you
like
think,
I
like,
really don't know what's gonna. Cause like,
Yeah.
what's the comparison is tough.
Yeah.
Ooh, I know. Okay.
Should I ask her?
Perhaps you could suggest that we get it appraised, since you're not specifically an expert on this particular metal.
Yes. I mean, I'd love to offer, a fair price and, whatever you are willing to part with, but I also feel like it should be appraised. I don't not very coin collected.
I'm not actually very good with money either.
Cool. Yeah, so maybe to be fair, what are you
10
wanting?
gold?
It's great. I have that right here, actually. She does have
I
10
think
gold.
that works.
Yeah, let's do it.
Just making sure. I was like, Do you?
I definitely no, because I have 3 gems, so I definitely have.
Or do you need to go come ask
Well, I
Mommy
have
Moneybags?
money.
No, I have
have
196. It looks like
Yeah.
is what I have. Yeah, so I have 10. I was like, here. Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, wonderful.
Cool, amazing. Well, I'm so glad that I got to meet you as a friend. Like this
I
is
know.
just so awesome. I'm gonna give this to I'm just gonna give this to him for safekeeping, you know.
Of course, my lady.
And do you see any? Look at the emblems and see if you notice anything.
I live in the woods.
You don't know?
I recognize them.
You read
ancient.
books.
He's ancient.
Recognize the
He
Yeah.
reads books.
I don't read books. I
No, we
just
don't.
started reading books.
We read books.
Yeah.
'Cause
They
we
went to
We
college.
get it. You went to college.
No, you don't. What'd you do with the coin?
I'm like putting it in like an inside pocket of my jacket, like
Can
as
you
close
fit
to
your
my person as
hand
possible.
in the jacket?
It's difficult, but I make it work.
At this point, there is a large troop of performers getting ready, and you see some of them walk to what you now assume is the front of the stage as they begin casting a spell, and wooden seating comes up from the deck.
Ooh, fancy.
Does it seem like everyone is kind of oohing and eyeing, or at least looking at the chairs?
Yes, and also there is an intentional flourish.
Wonderful. How about that roped door area?
You notice now at this point, while there wasn't anything before, there are 2 large suits of armor that have been placed.
Can I tell if there's people in them?
No.
If I got closer.
No. There are not people in them.
Oh.
The magic.
Oh.
Why don't we leave that one alone for a little bit?
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Hold on.
Why don't we leave that one alone for a little bit?
I'm gonna. I don't
Andy-
have any magic to do this, but can I make an Arcana roll to see if maybe, I mean, suits there without people in it. It's giving, it could be enchanted, especially if these chairs are coming up with such a flourish. Can I potentially try to discern if they could be magical in nature?
Like, just cuz?
Just, is it magical looking at them? Arcana. Not well versed in it, but
So, I would say you went to college.
I did.
These suits of armor are either a museum decoration to fancy up the entry to the exhibits below deck, or part of security measures.
That's what I'm trying to discern
Right.
before I go and conveniently need to go to the bathroom.
I'm going to say without a deeper magical ability, you're not going to be able to discern it, especially from a distance.
Ask the guy that has detect magic to cast.
You're
detect
being
magic.
a butler right now.
Well, I can be not a
And
butler.
The waitstaff does a last lap, and there's an announcement that the show will begin shortly
Okay,
as the
Cathara.
audience begins to find.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna look
their
for
seats.
Drin, because Drin's done this before. To quickly do that before she figures out where she's gonna sit, probably closest to that door if she needs to. So you're gonna see Cathara kind of scurry up to you, behind you. Hey,
Milady.
this is so weird. Anyways, can you do that magic-y detecting thing on those suits of armor that are now by the rope?
Oh, it is so lucky for you that I didn't let you take my herbs when you took all of my other useful items. And he'll take a little, like, thing out of his coat.
You're not going to be able to walk over there at this point.
Okay.
as
What's the range on this
performance
thing?
is going to be starting. Tingus and Kettle Black find seats as well somewhere.
Yeah.
Or you can join your party
I
wherever,
ain't sitting with them.
I'm not sitting
wherever
with
you would
them.
like. But we will.
I ain't sitting with them.
We need to spread out.
But we will pause and join us next week for this performance and what else is inside this museum ship. Once again, thanks everybody for watching. Like and subscribe, please. Thanks for all your support. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Goodbye.